Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's ESU League. My name is Tobias, the name is Toby Wienbler, and I've got the pleasure of bringing you the EU Invite League tournament. Today looks like I just got kicked from my own lobby, but there we go. Should be back. There you go, all in there. Just trying to get everything set up for today's games. Let's just take a short look at how everything is going down. We do have the teams. And here, as you can see, Alliance, Ronin, Moonwolf, Team Expert, G2, House of Nobles, Crimson Elbow, on 1, Winter Rain, Tentacle, Mugged, Esports, Genside, Copenhagen Flames, Habu, and Team Random. So a lot of good teams in the mix here. Just give me one moment, just have to fix this real quick. Oh heck. Now I got kicked from. There's a lot of funny things going on right now. I'm trying to admin and cast for you guys and do everything at the same time. There we go. Just making sure everything is the way it's supposed to be while we wait for the game to go live. It's kind of hard to have to do everything, but here we go. Here, live. And there we go. Game should be starting soon. But let's take a quick look at the scoreboard while we're at it. 7 points per kill. 200 point for the first place, so it's not too kill heavy, but still you got a fair amount of points for getting a lot of the kills. Obviously, that's why we want to do it. For those of you guys who don't know the standard rules, the circle settings are the regular competitive settings that you see. Red zone is off. I'm not sure why it just says red zone nothing, but I mean that's pretty obvious. There's no red zones in competitive play in PUBG. We're playing 4 maps or 4 games today, 2 of which are going to be on Miramar and 2 of which are going to be on Erangel. So for the Erangel settings, it's going to be 1.5 AR, Miramar 2 times AR, and some additional scopes and attachments, mets, etc. Boosts the scoreboard we've seen already and the teams we've seen already as well. For I will bring you up the scoreboard from last week. But what I can tell you already though is that Habu last time round they did a really good job in this tournament, winning I believe 2 or 4 games and finishing top with over 700 points to their name. So that's a really good job. We'll be tossing you straight into the mix in just a few moments, but let's just take a look at some of these teams. A lot of these teams have been. I've been talking to quite a few players from here over the last couple of days, just because we got the whole PGL thing going on. So everyone is sitting around watching that together, and they've been. I mean, the more they've been watching PGL, the more fun like, oh my god, I want to play. I need to play, and this is gonna be their moment. So it's gonna be exciting to see what they're gonna be doing in this one. We'll be tossing you into the game feed. Here we go. Yep, there we go. We're in the game. Just chilling. Kind of excited to see what's gonna happen with PGL over the last couple of days. I don't know how, but somehow pretty much all circles have gone east. So it'll be exciting to see if that's going to happen again, or if we'll actually end up with West Coast. I guess they did finish the day off with West Coast circles today in PGL as well. But hoping to see some variated circles. It's only going to be, as I said before, only going to be 2 games on each map, so not a whole lot of opportunities for these teams to really what can you say, really work on like adapt from games to game, because it's gonna be tricky for the teams to I mean, you only have 1 game to adapt, and then boom, you're straight over to a new map. But here we go, first plane of the game. This literally could not, I guess, with maybe 1 degree off to the rest or to the left, but pretty much could not be more straight south to north. We do have Calvin, Milo, and the guys that actually, yeah, they're all gonna jump out here, Tentacled, making their way, looks like down towards Nobo. G2 out early as well. We normally see them go up around Georgia Pole, so that's going to be exciting to see why they or where they're planning on going. Habu as well. We know Habu like to drop Primorsk, so no surprises there. Looks like Flames, they could either be going Multa, maybe do the farm split, or all the way over to Multa Power. Have to wait and see what's going to happen there. And there you go, a lot of the other teams out already. Crimson last time around, at least for those 2 games in a row, they had Yasnaya to themselves, but looks like Expert could be making their way in that direction as well. Not quite sure what's going to happen in that regard. We'll have to wait and see those stuff. And the guys, they last time around like the Watertown split where they, yep, you see it here again. Minox, official Bjorn, the guys, they're landing down towards Watertown, and then with they have Dudu Uncut further south here. We do have 2 teams though in Pachinki, so it could be interesting to see if they're going to be running into each other soon. Looks to me like it's LFO team that really played Cedo, had some insane performances to his name last week, and House of Nobles as well in the in here. It's kind of I mean, you see House of Nobles, they're split all over the place. Where it plays Cedo, they're kind of in a line here with I guess more opportunities to play around each other. We have Sunbird and Flakes, they're kind of close to one another. But other than that, they're really far spread up. And with, I mean, there are only 14 teams games, 14 teams in the server right now, so it's kind of surprising to see teams line close to one another with so many open compounds. I mean, you do have people jumping out of the parachuting, and they'll be spotting around trying to see if they can spot other people. Normally what you'll have is you'll have teams that pretty much just say, you know what, there's a team there, let's not go there because we don't want to risk off dying early. But here, not so much. Looks like they're actually going to commit to it. Dynamic just going in there, netting himself a scar. That's going to boost his ability to land some longer range shots by quite a margin. Actually, is he gonna push across now? No. You do have Koakas he's just playing the stairs. He had no reason for him to do anything. The bad thing is, though, Dynamic, I mean, they know exactly where he is. 4 guys now pushing over towards Koakas. He does have a shotgun, so could potentially take 1 or 2 guys out. It's gonna be Nair, the first guy to make his way up there. Hits 1. Hits him again, but doesn't take him out. The level 1 vest saving Nair. Not sure how 2 hits with a shotgun doesn't take a guy out up close, but there you have it. First guy down from House of Nobles. Not the start they would have hoped for this game, but that's the start they're gonna get. And looks like now they will be able, with the entirety of LFO splitting over to the left side of the map, they should be able to make their way down to one another. Flex, the last remaining guy, kind of just in the back there, but should be able to rotate over to his teammates as well, and they should be able to get out through the south side of the city. Kind of giving it up here. Jones, what you doing? Is there a bike nearby? Just no, it's how do you knock yourself with a car? That's next level. Not sure what happened there. Could be that he got pinched between the car and the wall there. We're not sure what happened. First circle, though, has been popped. It's going to be, well, pretty much as center as can be here. A lot of the teams already inside the zone, not really forced to make a whole lot of moves. Also, you have a ton of compounds. You have the entire northern part of the river here pretty much up for grabs for anyone who wants to go there. So not really seeing anything. I highly doubt they will see any too aggressive rotations here. Crimson, they're already in here. They don't really need to do something. Team Expert, they're also inside the zone pretty much, so they don't have to do any hard rotations early on. Havu could be coming up over Gatka, pushing in that direction. And Miller and the guys from Tentacle, they of course need to leave military at some point, but I highly doubt neither G2 or Moonwolf will be sitting here to gatekeep them. Should be a pretty clear passage over towards the military base. Jones has been rested in the meantime, and Hamster will go back to his looting and say, dude, don't do that again. We're missing a lot of time that I could be looting. Just don't. Bjorn, in the meantime, taking a bit of fire from the guys from team number 6. So just making his way into safety as the guys from 1 or team 1 or 1. I guess it's just 1 will be letting him know that Rossack is not a place for him to sit. So we do have kind of big split going on here for Team Random, but again, with the low amount of teams in the server, it should not be too much of a conflict. You see, we already have actually one of the guys from 1 up here just claiming his compound. There's no reason for him to do anything else, and there's going to be so much room for the first couple of zones with a few amount of teams. You do have the first package of the game. And I don't know. I was told at one point not too long ago that the care packages had been made so that they fit the weapon. But ever since I heard that, it's just been going like completely wrong. So there you go. M24 AR suppressor. It's not too often that you see AR suppressors in crates, but let's leave it at that either way. No scopes. So hopefully whoever finds that crate will be able to find himself, or at least have himself a scope coming into that there. Genside, they're doing a prison sort of shelter-ish split down here. I'm assuming some of Kyle and the other guys have looted down here. Noise as well will be making his way up north. Should have plenty of room to rotate into the zone. And again, with the zone being so big, you have Pachinki, you have Yasnaya, you have Rossack, you have like a lot of urban areas still in the zone, and a ton of compounds, at least both in the north and the south part of the map. So I highly doubt any team is really gonna sit down and just stick to a compound, like not this early, because this zone could shift anywhere. And with that being said, it's gonna be just 30 seconds until the zone is actually gonna be moving. We were highly doubting that we're gonna see more action than what we had coming into the first start of the game. Kyling, though, pushing up over what they call Potato Mountain, could be spotted by Buttsman. Looks like he's rather. Oh, and there you go. We'll be able to get the vision on them. Actually, some good shots coming onto Kyling there. Kyling gonna be taken down Vic real low as well. Now the question is, should he keep going or should he go back for... Yep, he's not gonna go back. Kylan gets flushed by Butsman, and there you have it. Genside down one player as well. So rotations, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate actually, because Genside coming up here from shelter and prison, they had so much room to work with. But the thing being, in the not the meta, I can't even call it the meta. It's just teams kind of know rotation paths, like how teams path, and like they know where they drop, and they kind of know what direction they'd like to come around when they're rotating. And just a really smart position from Botsman and the guys from House of Nobles. They know teams are going to rotate around here, and they might as well see if they can net themselves a rotation kill, and that worked out perfectly for them. So Genside down one guy just as well as House of Nobles. Rasmic, in the meantime, has netted himself the M24. Probably going to be a bit disappointed with the fact that there's no scope and no sniper attachments. But I mean, AR suppressor and M24, you're never going to be too upset about that. Moonwolf could potentially catch some of the Flames guys off guard as they do decide to push up inside the zone, but highly doubting that they'll get too much out of it. Jones and Slim need to make a move eventually. See the zone is slowly starting to make its way towards the white here, but again, there's so much room to work with when you only have 14 teams on the server, so not expecting too much of rotation action coming in. We see now also Flex and the guys from House of Nobles, they'll be making their way in towards the this zone. And again, they already are in here obviously, but just find themselves a more central position so that they don't have so far to rotate to the next zone. Zone could literally go anywhere. Taylor and Miller, the guys now making their way from military as well. And I'm kind of happy to see this actually. I mean, when you have those super far east and west zones, you don't really know what to do. Rizzo now, guys from the team's expert, didn't manage to get in here last time around. Will be able to do it this time. And Lockwood, we just talked about catching people in rotations, forced to toss his car into the deep. Not a whole lot he could do, but now the fire coming in. It's actually going to be Azrael and the other guys trying to see if they can land some shots down towards the guys from Crimson. Just as I said, Moonwolf gets the knock on Slim, so I guess he did push straight in through them. Sliv gonna be flushed out here, that's for sure. Yep, taken down there. No more for him to. Just as I said, he would have plenty of room to work with. They know your rotations, play it safe, and that's not gonna work in their favor. Sane trying to see if he can land some shots downhill as well, but doesn't look like he's connecting any of those. They will be. I mean, now they know that they're there. They know that at least two of the guys, make them three of the guys there actually. So they're deciding to back off. They don't have vehicles nearby. They might actually wanna go look for some. Lockwood gets finished off there by Chris. Not a whole lot he could do. He was trapped in the water, so as he came out, he got finished there. Cal trying to see if he can. I think he tried to get out to the car actually, just like kind of want to get the US move back behind the hill, but fortunately for him, no hits were taken to, at least for the reels, so they should be able to get away at some point soon. Zone is slowly making its way in, so new zone will be popped relatively soon. Looks like Miller and the guys from Syndical will have a clear path to make their way over the zone here as well. NBS and Jumbaway just make their way back to the vehicle. And as I said before, they should be able to, just reversing it a bit, so no tires will be popped. Wise move on their part. And I mean, Team Expert, they're kind of spread apart as well, and I don't even know, do they have any vehicles? There is a car out here, but I believe that was Crimson's car. That's not theirs. They do have a US down here, kind of difficult to get to though, with it being way out in the open. And I'm not sure what their plan is. If the zone shifts hard away, and Crimson knowing exactly where they are, could be difficult for them. Looks like Rizzo will be going for the US here, and it, fortunately for him, goes a bit downhill on the other side, so it should be rather uncontested. But yeah, they're all focusing their vision up towards the hillside up there, and should be able to get away with the US to come over and pick up his two teammates. Chris, on the other hand, might be forced to take a swim, but it should be okay either way. Looks like Taylor and the guys from Tyndagal, though, in the meantime, have found the remaining three players of Genside, and Andreas, the first one to go down. Vic taking a little bit of fire as well. Coming down the hill here. Might just be able to get the rest on that, depending on Can Calvin come around, get a good enough flank, like get a good enough angle on them to be able to spot them by there? Oh, tries to see if he can do something. Andrea's gonna be rest. So at least for now, not gonna happen. Calvin has been spotted in his rotation. Just trying to see if he can land some shots through on the edge there, but not really gonna have an edge orb now. I mean, he's trying to hold them off. He's sitting way over on the other side, though. Do have Martin as well, trying to see if he can land some shots up the hill. Vic pushing back to the gun. Ooh, nice shot from Martin to headshot Andrea. And it's going to be the second time he's going to be knocked, so it's going to go down a lot faster. I'm not sure Vic is going to be able to get a to get around the corner and do anything to help here. Nope, he's going to be forced to make a run for it. So yeah, just get out of there. Already lost one guy in a rotation early. Gonna be losing Andrea now in 2v4. That's not what you want to do. Only have 4 games to play today, and looks like actually Edgedorby could have a bit of a sneaky position up here. At least I'm not expecting Tentacle to know that to expect him there. Expecting them to expect him. That's a lot of expect. Oh, dangerous nade considering how randomly it was thrown. Will he be able to spot Calvin? Will spot him, but taken down in the end. And there you have it. Calvin's gonna flash him, so just 2 players, maybe that 1 player, I believe, remaining now from... Oh, Vic. Tigsu, how... He got run over. So there you have it. Genside out of the first game of today. Just as I said he was gonna make it away, Habu comes in and runs him over. Nothing more he could do. Stuff gets naded by Rory in the meantime as Team Random tries to push up towards Market's compound. Minax in the meantime out here on the west side. We do have Bjorn. He should be able to get the rest going. Minax trying to come around the corner and grant himself some vision by the rocks here. Might get spotted by Rory, actually, if he's not careful. Rory, though, focusing mainly over towards the barn where he knows that enemies are. I mean, Atchi is sitting in here, so he's probably heard everything going on out in the backside. Minox, though, kind of seeing if he can spot people over the hill. I'm not sure why Maverick and Harry hasn't pushed over to 8, but we'll see just what's going to happen. They do have a little bit of third party going on here from Larry and the guys up top of the hill just south of Rostock. So Minot's not really able to sit around where he just was. Edge it. Smart move on his part, trying to push back. Also gets the vision onto Minox, and there you go. That's a flush. Minox is down and out, and Team Random down to just 3 players. Uncut is kind of cut off from his teammate, ironically speaking. Insolenso now taken down by Fantasy. Tixu as well taken down, so G2 fighting in elsewhere. While Stuff and the official Bjorn tries to stay alive in here for as long as possible. That's gonna be Tix. I mean, they were scouting up, went up to see if they grant themselves a mission, and how now losing 2 players. I don't really mind in Yorkski. They're forced to keep on going. No way they're gonna be able to get over there. The zone number 2 is pushing in. Sorry for not showing you the zone here, but yeah, they got plenty of room to come here. They tried to push around to get up inside the compound and get the information, but VLAN said, nope, you guys are not getting anywhere near here, and takes them out in the end. So zone number 2 is coming to a close. As circle number 3 will be popped in just a few. Stop, still rather safe alongside Bjorn in here. Ooh, taking a bit of damage actually as he tries to make a run for it. Have spotted the guys way up on the hill. But Harry, I mean, just not really. It's what is it? Like somewhere between 500-600 meter red dot kill. That's most likely not going to happen. Zone will be coming to a close, and the new zone will be popped momentarily. Stuff still for some reason fighting this. I mean, he does have some sneaky angles in between the crates here, but probably should just run back to... I mean, they do even have a Bucky here, so might just... I mean, they could contest this, but for right now, they're in a... I mean, there's no way they can push 3 compounds at this, or 3 buildings at the same time. Already lost 1 guy in trying to do so, as well as Minox went down earlier, so might just want to call this a quit. And I mean, they're obviously just waiting for the new zone. Actually, it's going to be right on top of them. They do have the entire compound over here on the southwestern side that they could be going for. Not sure if picking this fight is the wiser move, because a lot of people are going to be coming and rotating down from Rostock and up here, looking like I assume Flames will be pushing over on the north side of school as well. Could be going in between here, actually just make their way up inside the forest towards Potato Hill, but not sure exactly what their plan is. Moonwolf coming down the road here in MBS, and the guys from Crimson pushing up as well. They're forced to get inside the zone. They want to get Potato Hill, but there's already a team up there. And I'm sure MBS will find out momentarily. Does decide to leave the car. Wise move on his part. Not taking the car for too long. They are inside the zone, but they could be pushed up from behind, actually, by Moonwolf. Flames now making their way up. Astral as well, making his way up the hill. Noise is going to be waiting for him, though. Takes a bit of fire. Will be able to get some more shots off, but not going to be able to take him down in the end. He's running straight down towards Butsman, though. And just scouting, trying to make sure that he has some room for his teammates, but not gonna happen. They're gonna be caught off. And there you have it, Moonwolf gonna be completely sandwiching the guys from Crimson. Crimson trying to see if they can do some return fire. Good shots coming in from jump away. Kelso gonna be the first one to be taken down. But here you have it, Martin and the guys from Tentacle saying, "No, you know what? We might as well join in here. We do have Crimson in a pinch, and might as well see if we can." Add some additional damage and get some kills off of this. So Jambaway and MBS, they lose one guy. They lost Lockwood up north earlier, and now they lost Kals. And that's actually kind of surprised to see that they were allowed to sort of escape this, but they do manage to get out. Tentacle had no reason to leave the high ground position up here, just to maybe get some kills and then get pushed from behind themselves. Moonwolf as well, calling it quits as they were making too much noise and they have no idea where the other teams are, so just playing a bit safe. Habu, having rotated all the way east before and now rotating back west, actually, could be setting themselves down in Pachinki, but as we know, a lot of teams don't really like the urban zones in this game. Just trying to see if he can spot the guys from G2. Fantasy actually gonna get spotted out. It's gonna be Vic with the kill, and there you go, finishing him off as well. So G2 down to just 2 players. Velan, ooh, nice headshot coming in there to sort of retaliate. Rustenmar though, he's right up there, and is it? That's not. Yeah, it is. I'm so stupid. Sorry. It's Rustenmar is there for the rest though, so. It should be all good, at least for the time being. Wacko and Velo, nice position, but highly doubtful that they'll be inside the next zone. Market losing 1 player also. Actually, that's going to be allow. Yeah, will they make a push on it? It looks like they will. Bjorn is going to be the first mover here as he comes around the corner. They know that at least 1 player is in here. Rory in here as well. Could be spotted out. Bjorn has been spotted. Edge is going to get the knock on stuff. So just 2 players remaining now. Going to finish him off as well. So Bjorn and Uncut, they're not really in the best of situations right now. They're in a 2v4. They know that they're outnumbered, and there's so many windows, so many angles for them to hold. Maverick's gonna come around the corner. Comes around the corner, spots him, but runs away again. Not sure exactly what was going on there. Spots the feet there of Bjorn. Oh, he knows him. He has the information though. This is good info to give for his teammates about exactly where he is, but highly doubtful that Bjorn just sitting outside here. Question is, will Adge be able to spot him? Should be able to see the backpack, but there's so many. Oh, spots him. There you have it. That should be it. No, just exactly able to hit his head there. They actually get the knock-ons. I'm not sure why he's pushing all by himself without any cover fire. Now Harry's going to be taken down as well. I mean, normally when you do peaks like that, you would always have a guy in the back, sort of ready to refrag. But the backup just wasn't. I guess the timing just wasn't right. In that double peak, Bjorn getting knocked out in the end. Had a good fight going, and Uncut will be taken out as well. Might be able to get to Harry, but nope. Right, will be taken down in the will. So actually, Market losing 2 guys in that trade. Did not expect that to happen. New zone has been popped as well, as everyone will be trying to make a move. It's gonna be Wacko and Velan, the guys from G2. They're gonna be the first movers trying to get inside the new zone. Wind and Rain as well making a run for it, alongside the guys from Tentacle who are forced to make a move down from the mountain. They do hear a lot of fire. A lot of shots being fired. Don't know Velan getting knocked by the zone as he took some damage from Moonwolf. That's unfortunate. Tentacle though, pushing down the hill. Not sure if they... Oh, there you go. Spots Rustenmar. So they know that they're there. The big question is, do the guys from Wind and Rain know the position of Tentacle? I highly doubt it, because right now they're just running down towards the Shack with the backs turned. Spots one. Doesn't get the knocks though. Rustenmar, there you go, getting knocked in the end. But the nice positioning up here on top. Vic as well, trying to see if he can come tribute with something. Taylor and Martin now actually the only two guys remaining. So it's sort of a stalemate at 2v2. The guys from LFO could join in the fight if they wanted to. There you go. Jets gets knocked as well. Now Martin, does he want to go for the rest? Or does he want to go for the push? They could get the double rest going. Looks like that's what they're going to do as well. And Vic is forced to make a run for it. There's no way he's going to be able to get up and save his teammates. So Win and Main going 0 for 3 actually in that fight. Crimson, in the meantime, they've been caught off guard so many times today. And there you go. Once again, jump away taken down by Flames. And that's going to be Crimson finishing off in, I believe, 12th place. Yep, because G2 finished in 11th. So Calvin, gonna die there. Botsman, they have a good position up the hill here as Team Expert. They're trying to push in towards them. Flex is inside this shack as far as I can tell. No, he's actually on the backside, so that nade could be real dangerous. Nope, it wasn't dangerous at all, actually. He was kind of safe. Flex trying to see if he can spot some. Does spot Azrael. Will he be finishing him off, though? Or will Chris be able to come around the corner and get the save up? Kind of just playing the rich down here. He's just proning right now. Actually, not really sure what his plan is. I mean, he knows Flix is in there. Or up there. But he does have... I mean, he has 2 knocked teammates. So either you push or you... I mean, either you create some space for your team or you get to your teammate. Right now, they know... I mean, Flix knows exactly where they knocked Azrael. So he's going to be peeking over the edge here. And there you have it. Smart play by Chris. They're actually waiting for the reload. He heard the sound of the reloading. And that's what netted him that kill. In the meantime, Flames and Hamster in particular getting the finish up onto Botsman. So that's going to be their team down. Miller just up the hill. Some good shots, good angle coming in there. Noise is knocked, so and Hamster's really low. Could get the kill off to Jones. Doesn't spot him though. Does not manage to get the vision up onto Jones. There you go. Spots both of them. Knocks one. Forced to keep moving though. And there you go. Will be caught off as well. So Miller and Tentacle finishing off in 7th place. Moonwolf now. Such a good high ground position. Will be finishing off Flames. So they're going to finish off in... no, 7th place. That is 8th place for Miller and Tentacle. New zone has been popped. It's gonna go down towards the bunker with no entrance. I've always thought of this. Is it an Easter egg? Is it something else? I'm not sure. Why do they have a bunker entrance with no bunker? Is it something that they were planning on doing, which never happened, or what is it? I don't know. But as far as for right now, we do have I don't really mind, and the current leaderboard first place team of Habu, they do have the rich here working in their favor. They've been clearing out Pachinki, so they know that there's nobody behind them. The only thing is, I mean, everybody's kind of forced to make a move down here. Blade Zero and the guys from LFO, they were sitting in Pachinki early on, so they also, I mean, they probably heard Habu and the guys. Like I said, Yorski and the guys from Habu coming down here, but they're going to be forced to make a move out as well. And as far as we can see here, Moonwolf knows exactly where they're located, so it's going to be hard for them to transition in towards the new zone. Expert in the meantime making a run down here. Watch out, taking a bit of damage, but should be able to get healed up. Maverick actually going to be the first mover now. Edge is not at all with him, so scouting up for the next compound here, trying to see if he can net himself some information as to what's going on around them. Astral pushing down. Crates coming in. Not really worth it, Chris. Don't want to go for it. The zone is already closing in. Oh, Edge is making a lot of sound, but so are the guys from Team Expert. They should be able to hear each other real soon, if not already. So you see Maverick actually is forced to come back. He is in the zone. Actually, pretty smart position as he lines his car with the tree to give himself some more cover. Nayu just, rolling out through the field, taking a lot of fire from Moonwolf now. But fortunately for Moonwolf, you have the guys from Habu shooting in the return. So LFO kind of getting a bit of help there. Ajit gets knocked in the end. Down here. And Chris just pushing, letting himself a little bit of loot. Larry in a 1v1 currently with Edu. Make that a 1v3, or I guess he's just shooting at 3 people technically. Wash is trying to get into safety. Snack taking a lot of fire. Mika's nice knock from him. Maverick is gonna be finished off there as well. So Wash out in the HUC is gonna be the only. No, I guess you do have O'Connell down there as well. Wash, make a run for it. Nice shots coming in from Larry. Will get the knock, but will he secure himself the finish off as well? Yep, there you go. Finishes him off. They have a really good position down here by the hills. just northwest of Pachinki. Here you have it, O'Connell taking out some of the guys. Blazido is going to go down. Dynamic is going to go down as well. And there you have it, triple kill. Make that a quad kill for O'Connell as he, well, he takes one for the team, annihilates an entire enemy team, and then Harwood just sits in the side and goes like, yeah, you guys got 12 kills already. You don't need more than that. So O'Connell taking down. Edu is going to be the only guy remaining for Moonwolf. Larry and Mikas, I mean, these guys have still got 4 guys on their team. They have just sort of been playing it slow in the background here. Fortunately for Larry and Mikas, they pushed up early to this hillside, so they got themselves a good compound. And Niels and Rasmik as well. I mean, they're splitting, but they're taking up so much control, and they've heard shots coming in all directions. They know exactly where Educas is, so they have no reason to really care for him. They can just have one guy sort of looking at that tree in case he decides to move. And also they know kind of, maybe not exactly, but they know the position of Habu. At least I don't really mind. They heard him shooting from back there behind the tree, so it should be rather simple for them to lock this one up. But again, it's PUBG. Everything can happen. You never know just what may go down in games like this. Zone is going to be pushing in just a few seconds, though. Yorski tossing some smokes. I was going to say he's going to have to make a run for it real soon. For those of you guys who don't know, with competitive settings, the late game circles are closing in slower or not as fast. So Mika's actually with kind of an aggressive push up to the north side of the zone. He knows exactly where Habu is going to be pushing in from. And oh, just 1 HP remaining on I don't really mind. Wow, did not expect him to survive that. Nice nade coming in from Mikas, but it can kind of be a confusion from himself, because he probably thought, I don't really mind, he must be up there by the tree. Tosses the nade, and then by not getting the kill, he thinks, then maybe they left there. So, yeah, never mind. He got the kill there. I'm gonna have to stop analyzing things, because I truly am wrong. But Yorski now, 1v4. They heard the shots fired, and mate, if you have an 8, I mean, you should probably go for the kills instead. But it's just going to be a matter of time before they'll find him. Could potentially get a knock and a kill, but look at the way they're pushing. They just saw 2 guys. There you have the other 2. And that's a 1v4. Not going to happen. He's going to be taken down. And the guys from 1 are going to net themselves a win. Only getting 7 kills, but everything considered, there's only 14 teams in here total. So 7 kills is quite a bundle of the teams in the tournament. Guys, this was the first game of 4. Today we'll be bringing you one more map of Miramar in just a few. So without further ado, I think I will toss you guys into the waiting lobby, if that's a word, and then we'll be back with the next game in just a few. So stay tuned, guys. So I guess I'll be right back.
Awesome to the max. Awesome. Awesome to the max.
Here we go, guys. Back and ready to bring you game number 2 in just a few. Just waiting for the final few teams to join the lobby. What we can see here, I wanted to show it to you guys earlier, but we didn't have it up at that time. Is the leaderboard coming into to this week's games? Havu, as you can see, took a pretty much dominating lead here with 723 points last week. One just right behind them with 527, and right behind them we have Team Random with 506. So it's pretty close all the way down to well, pretty much down all the way to the end. So just Habu way up in the lead here, then netted himself a second place this game as well. So good performance by them, um, despite being just 2 plays remaining, and then it had some good positioning, and that allowed for them to uh, to get to get a second place. And yeah, it's pretty impressive on their part. But nonetheless, the winners of this game was was Team One actually. So the guys in the first and second place currently, well, coming into this game, I guess I should say, were the guys to win this as well. So I guess they will be pushing off a little bit in in the combined stats. We did have the winners of this game, just 7 kills. Habu as well. They just got 5. But Moonwolf though, they pretty much they went off early on. I mean, they did get an entire rotation onto their build. They did take out the entirety of Flames, I believe, as well. So they netted themselves 12 kills in a third place. That's gonna give them quite a few points as well. But in the end, as I said, one was the team to win, and Habu got in second. It's always so difficult here. Normally would be duo casting, and then you have people to talk to. But yeah, in today's match, just gonna get that flare gun. Don't know what have flare guns. I almost forgot that, but fortunately didn't have 'em. It's always different when you're solo casting than when you're duo casting. Also, I have to do the happening, so I'll just get the game rolling here in just a moment. There we go. So the players know when they're there we go. Server should be good. Yes. So we will be going live again with the second match coming for you today. This is the scoreboard. If you guys are confused with anything regarding the rules, regarding everything, I can show you the rules here. Pretty straightforward. If you guys are confused with anything, if you have questions, either write them in chat, because I'm sure people will be able to help you there, or make sure to jump onto ESU League's homepage, that being just esuleague.com. Pretty straightforward. You can see all the leaks there. You can see all the scoreboards there. You can pretty much see whatever you need to see on there. So pretty straightforward thing to do on there. I'm gonna be excited to see what's gonna happen this game around, though. I'll just toss you guys into game number 2. There we go. Gonna be exciting to see what's gonna happen coming into the second game. Though we did have two teams dropping Pochinki, and again we only have 14 teams on the server, so highly assuming that either House of Nobles or LFO, yeah, I was just had to think real quick. Either House of Nobles or LFO will be leaving that area. I would assume so, at least, because there's so much room to loot, and there's no real reason for either of them to lose players early on. And it's always so random, and I think that's kind of why it seems like not to play it. I mean, play aggressive, like rather drop somewhere else than you're used to, and just like, you know what? Let's give the other team this place, then go down there, potentially lose a guy or two. Because in the end, when you hot drop next to each other or just drop next to each other, it's just a matter of who gets the better weapon in the first building they get to, and then to decide to turn around, push people, and get the kill. So I'm assuming only one, maybe nobody will go there. Actually, that could happen as well if both the teams are thinking the same way, like, oh, no reason for us to do anything too aggressive, and then they actually both end up going elsewhere. That could happen. Could very easily happen as well. We see that a lot of the times. But for those of you guys just tuning in, just saw Harvey win last game, and coming into this game will be the last game on Erangel. Next two games will be Miramar. It's gonna be uh, it's gonna be the Sandy Dunes over there on the Mexican. I believe it's somewhere in Mexico. It should be, at least with the Mexican flags on the all the official buildings. So I'm assuming we did see straight south to north plays last time, playing last time round, but this time round Havu is gonna have a good one because they like to drop Primorsk, and that's exactly where the first plane is going to take them. It's gonna be straight over Primorsk, pretty much up towards just north of Lipavka, most likely. Pretty much everything accessible. Might not be that easy to get up to George Bull, but you have so many cars on the western coast here, so it should be rather accessible either way. G2 last time around they were going fair here. Could potentially be doing that again. Not sure exactly what's gonna happen. Looks like actually they got a substitute in this time around. Looks like Frost is gonna be playing with it. Maybe he was last game as well. I just didn't realize it. But looks like Frost is playing with G2 here today. Jones and the guys from Flames probably going to do the multi-power split again as they've done before. Martin and the guys from Tentacle, they got military themselves last time around, so might as well do the exact same thing. Nobody dropping Novo. Kind of surprising to see that nobody's going for that, but of course, with only two games, only so much time you have to sort of see VODs and videos of previous games and figure out where teams are going. We do have Blitzido and the guys from LFO. They did win that area last time around, so might as well go back there. And looks like Butsman and the guys from House of Noble, they will go late drop. Like they're actually, I believe they sat in the plane until they knew they were the last people in the plane, and then they're going to do sort of a Lipovka compound split around there, which can probably net them some good loot. We have Edgedorp dropping lumber mill. I I don't know what it is with me and lumber mill. I've just never really gotten anything out of going there. I mean, one thing is dropping there. The only thing I've ever tried that, but it's just in general like lumber mill. It's just I don't know. It's just too. It kind of reminds me of Miramar in the sense that you have so many obstructions all over the place. And look at this, guys. First zone. Want to see it? I just saw it. I think you guys might have saw it as well. This is one heck of a zone. Not really favorable for any. Well, there's only so many access points, right? So we can have a lot of teams coming into the edges here and just sit around and play the edge. Vic trying to see if he can take out Flex, but not gonna happen. Taken out there. Actually, Uncut's gonna be finished off as well. I believe he just landed as well. Yep, he did. They did a split before where I believe it was Minax who landed up in the garage facility up here just west of Rostock. They tried it once again, but the guys from one said, nope, not gonna happen, and that's gonna be Team Random down one guy real early. But look at the split here. I mean, I'm kind of happy for the teams that the zone went south just because of the plane route. Because had it gone north, we don't have anyone north of the water. Raz is gonna be the only guy. It's gonna be running up and looting these small compounds up here. But other than that, nobody is north of the river going through George Pole and Rostock. You don't see that very often. But of course, only 14 teams. Everybody dropped south, and the zone already popped south, so there's not really reason for them to be up that far north, of course, unless if they really, really desperately one um, want to loot Severny or Stalper or something else up there. But it seems kind of split or spread all over the map, I guess you should say. So not a whole lot of action coming in now. Could see some early rotations though, because with this zone, I mean, one thing is that not half, but maybe 1/3 of the circle isn't even on the map. So that's a lot of, well, ground you cannot really position yourself in. Also, there's so much water. I believe. Oh, look at the water. I think the water pretty much takes up about 60% of this zone. I'm not gonna. You guys could probably do the math, but looks to me like water is practically 60, like 55 or 60% of the zone. So if you look at the space, like the actual ear- earth, I was gonna say, ground available for you to cover, Milta is taken. Moonwolf is gonna push out of that when they're done looting, obviously. Milta Power, highly doubting that Hamster and the guys from Copenhagen Flames will be sitting there. Also, I mean, they could go farm or play the outskirts down here and then everything's gonna be taken. Then it's just gonna be open fields. Kyling and Genside, they could sit themselves in the compound down here. They could go for Blue Barn or they could go for Alamo, and they'll be real suited. Um, House of Nobles, they could set themselves in Mansion or the northern compounds here. And when that's all done, one thing is that you have pretty much a wall of well, gatekeepers just sort of limiting, just disallowing anyone to enter. But but yeah, also, I mean, if teams don't rotate early on this circle, it's gonna be really hard for them to find a place to go. I guess that in the end is what I'm trying to say. So kind of surprised to see that not more teams are moving. Market kind of doing it already. Havu still looting up in Primorsk. And I guess if it was like, nah, only 14 teams. We're not in a hurry. But this zone, I mean, if there was 18 or 16 just teams in here, you would see team moving already. NPS still looting around, could potentially go up to pick up Lockwood at the guys, but open course to make a move down towards the zone at some point as well. We do have the first crate coming in, as we just heard the plane come by. Oh, and looks like Astral just might as well try see if he can land some shots, but nope. Longo and Blade will be able to get around the corner without taking any casualties. Just seeing if you can find a little rotation kill. Will they go military? No, they won't. I was just thinking, would they actually want to go there? But that wouldn't make sense. Taylor just looting up over in Noble, trying to see if he can net himself a little more loot. Found himself a vehicle, so he's not in a hurry. Flex in the meantime, having spotted Noise just down behind the rock there, could potentially catch him because his teammates not really in the area. Not even sure if Slim found him. I was just gonna say if he found himself a vehicle, and of course he just did as I said it. What's with me and bad timings and everything? Bjorn having spotted Edgedorf coming around the corner. They're gonna make a not make a run, but keep on going. No reason for him to do anything else. Slim now coming over to the 8. And Andrea, they got one person taken down in rotations last game early on. Could be doing the same thing here. So they're going to be running straight into Noise. And the guys from Flames, there you go. That's going to be one down. It's going to be... Nope, Andrea's still alive. But Edgedorp, he's miles out in the open. There's no way. At least I wouldn't think that. Nope, he's going to be taken down. Noise is going to finish him off. Andrea making a run for it. There is so much water in this zone. Might as well take a dive. And that's exactly what Andrea is going to do. Rory taken down here as more people come in, and that's what we were just talking about. Look at the positioning of the guys from House of Noble. Perfect positioning as far as rotation points go. They're just sitting down here. Ooh, exploding the buggy, but Maverick is smart, just droning a bit further behind it. But he can only stay here for so long. He's actually going to take fire from Butsman as well now. Trying to see if he can spot him up behind there. Yeah, oh, nope, doesn't see him. Nope, doesn't see him. At least not yet. He's taking a lot of fire though. Smokes are coming out. Sunbird is saying, you know what? Nope, I'm just gonna go up and get this kill. But doesn't really see him either. Nades will be coming in. Come on. I'm trying to plan this perfectly. There you have it. Taken down. Sunbird with the nade knock onto Maverick. And again, there's gonna be no way in hell he's gonna get rest by his teammates because they're all the way over here. Kyling now in the water alongside Andrea. Slim, I mean, they know that they got a person knocked. They're just gonna go over and loot up Edgedor, but wanna see if they can spot Andrea. She is smart though. Hides in the cave. It's not really a cave. It's just inside the rock formation down here. Kylank, miles out in the water. He has been spotted by Flix as well, so I'm not exactly sure what his plan is. I believe Genside was the first team to go down last game as well, and they could potentially run into the same fate. Or fate, not faith. Fate. Wow. They could run into the same situation here as well. A lot of teams are taking the boat smarts in the middle of there, making their way down south as well. Oh, down north, I guess you should say. Their position considered. Kylank just gonna be coming up for air, playing the whale game out here. It's kind of unfortunate. You feel with the whales, right? I mean, if you go up for air, you're gonna be killed, like we just saw there. And if you don't, you're gonna drown. It's kind of a barbaric life, but that's the world we live in, guys. Kelvin trying to see if he can land some shots out towards the guys from G2. Boat is gonna be starting to smoking soon, I'm assuming. No, Fantasy still alive. There you go, we'll be bailing the boat as it explodes. Frost and Fantasy trying to see if they can get somewhere, but not gonna happen, at least not for now. I don't really mind, we'll be able to net himself a boat, but a VLAN and... oh, Waggo coming over here, but will be taken out, both of them! Taken out, actually, by... wait, what? VLAN knocked Waggo out of the boat? What? That was confusing. Either way, they both died. Not a whole lot more they could have done there. So G2 down 2 players as I tried to rotate all the way from... I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's only so much room in this zone. We're actually kind of surprised that no more teams are playing the edge here. But of course you want to have a central position, and with the zone, like the central is pretty much by the water. Takes 2 bailing the boat. Nope, he's gonna be exploded as well. So that's gonna be 1 person down from Habu. You do have already, Yorski is already down here bailing the boat. And look at them. Look, I mean, look, he is outside of the boat now. Obviously, people are gonna know. Yeah, there's a boat in the middle of everything. Seems a little fishy. But of course, Zane, if he doesn't spot him, could potentially be safe. We'll see. Does he look down to the right side and spot a boat out in the middle of everything? Nope, he's gonna cross. Oh, he probably thought that was the last guy. Now Yorski is coming and Riz is gonna hear that. But, oh, and he is actually gonna stop there. Spot Yorski. 1 hit. He's gonna bail the boat. And they have so far to go. That's the main issue here. They have so far to go. There you go. Boat is burning. Boat is gonna explode. He's gonna continue. But the thing is, I mean, Yorski is outside the zone and you cannot use your meds while you're in the water. So he probably needs to go back and take the boat that the guys from G2 lost just before. There were 2 crates up there as well, so they could net themselves some loot. Moonwolf now taking some shots. I mean, that's just whales once again. If you come up, we take you down. If you don't, you die. So lose-lose situation as played Cedo and Dynamic play the whack-a-mole game here in on the beach side of Mills, I guess you should say. In the meantime, we have the Crimson playing the ditch up here. Such a nice position to take out rotations. Wind and Rain are gonna be the victims of just that, I guess you should say. Oh, nice nade coming in over towards Rustenmar as he gets pushed out from behind cover. Fortunately for him, is able to get back there. There you go. 1 nade and bada bing, bada boom. Fireworks working in the favor of Crimson. They're going to get themselves 2 knocks. And wow, there you have it. Finished off in the end. Cass going to be the only guy remaining, I believe, for Wind and Rain. Going to make a run for it up the hill. And apparently I want to go to the beach. Nope, I'm going everywhere. Can I go like this? And then like this? And then like this? Thank you. So Cass going to make a run for it, trying to get into safety. He should be able to as well. We just talked about it. So many people playing the edges here. And this zone is once again going to favor the east side. So not a lot of field or ground to cover with the new zones. We do have a little bit less water, fortunately. But let's see what's going to happen in regard here. We do have the guys from Tech Expert. They're going to be crossing. And there you have it. Blade Zero finished off as well. So that's going to be LFO out of this one. Larry and the winners of last game going to be pushing up over the hillside here up in Lumbermill. House of Nobles, though, kind of doing the same thing. They must have heard the vehicles come in, so they're probably deciding to play it a little more safe. Just, yeah, just trying to make sure that nobody's around. D2 somehow managed to stay alive. Frost and Fantasy making their way from the beach compound. Probably want to go up and find themselves a vehicle. Should have a pretty easy access in towards the zone. 1 minute till it closes, so still a little bit while left. Yorski did manage to come back there and find himself a boat, so should be able to get inside the zone as well. Chris now having spotted out of mind, he actually beached the boat there, so there's no escape for him, and there you have it, gonna be finished off. So Habu losing one more player, and G2 and Habu, they just have not had it easy. Team Expert played it really smart here. They knew with the zones, like where teams were forced to go. They knew a lot of it. It was kind of rude actually, because the plane went Primorsk over Zapovka, so they know that a lot of teams are gonna come from the west side of the map, and yep, not really easy. And Solenso once again forced out of his boat. Yorski could potentially come pick him up. Rizzo might think, this would probably be the last remaining guy from Habu, but Rizzo could pick him up. No, actually, Solenso's going to take the boat once again and make his way into safety. Andrea, still chilling down here. Not sure exactly how long he's planning on doing that, but at least for the time being, he'll be allowed. What? Allowed to. I guess that car just blew up once again, despite it already being blown up. Calvin and the guys from Tentacle, they have a pretty good position down here, just in the southern hills. And I mean, they know that they have nobody in the back because they could just look for boats. That would be pretty straightforward for them. But not sure exactly. I mean, if the zone goes north, it's going to be hard for them to find a good position. But in the meantime, let's see. They're all inside the zone. But Habu, they hurt. They were hurt, I was going to say, by G2. And they could get finished off earlier if they get a good shot on them. Ooh, Frost spots Lenzo. Lands one. And nope, not gonna get the last shot. Needs to start using his. Ooh, nice headshot coming in from Frost there, as he well almost takes the head off of Yoshi. Fantasy now knowing exactly where the enemies are, and they're all outside the zone. This is not a favorable fight for either of these guys. They both lost two teammates to Team Expert, and I mean they just need to say, you know what, guys, we're all outside the zone. This is not really favoring any of us. We're spending all our mets on this, and we're not already outnumbered anyway coming into the next fight. So whoever wins this will probably lose a guy in doing so, and be forced to do something. I'm not even sure these guys have vehicles. There is a buggy right up here that they could go for after this is over, but not really the most favorable standoff for either of these guys. The only thing is none of them can really go away either. Like, they cannot leave this fight either now that they've actually taken it. Maybe what Frost could have done was to wait, sort of let them get by, and then when they were in the open, they could have shot them. But now they have cover. Frost has cover. And you see they're already making a move here. There's no reason for them to take this fight. If they get the zone over on the west side, could be favorable. But if it pops Mills of Power, they're in a really, really, really tough spot. You see, they are kind of backing off now, actually. Frost probably realizing, that was not the best idea. We don't have meds to do this, and we kind of want to get a better placement as well, so might as well just back off. New zone is going to pop as we speak, and there you have it. It's going to be North Milta and Lumber in the midst of everything. Not a lot of hard cover up here. I mean, unless, of course, if you count trees and rocks. But we do have this area up here, which I really like. You do have the two Harry Potters, or Princess Towers, whatever you want to call it, and the shack, really good high ground position up here. And also you have some good compounds down here as well. You see Botsman already claiming that. Jumper is gonna claim just what I was talking about, the one of the many Princess Towers. Botsman, I believe, having one of the better position. It is what some people like to call the god compounds or buildings, with the garage in the bottom floor, and like so many entry points and so many exit points for the teams there. So it's really pretty good. It's hard to breach and it's easy to hold, depending on how many teams you are, or players you are inside there. Of course, there's like the remaining guys from House of Nobles. They did fall off, I believe. Was it their first team to die last game, or one of them at least? No, Genocide died first, but one of the teams to die off early on last game. Looks like Lockwood. They could actually go for a split here. That could be a really good position for them. Yep, looks like NBS. He sort of just cleared it out there. Yep, there are no guys down there. You guys are good to go. So just NBS, really smart. What do you call it? Info coming. Also, he watched it, as you just saw. He kept looking at it because I mean, when they came down with the car, if people were in there, they would probably open the door, like, oh, where are they? Then he could give the info. But nope, it's all free, and this is a really good split they've got going. G2 and Habu, kind of as I expected, let each other go. No real reason for them to contest anything. And Drea will have to get out of the water, find himself a vehicle or something. Market as well, needing to get inside the zone. They have got the entire northern part of the zone to work with, so not really a big problem for either of them. Nice knock coming in there from jump away onto Flicks, but the rest should be able to come in as well, as they've got the entire building to work with, and I only really, I mean, there are a lot of spots in these type of buildings where it won't be seen by anyone, especially. I mean, one thing is the building itself, but with this position, with the hillside, you're pretty safe from a lot of different angles. Raz trying to see if he can land some shots with the red dot down the hill, but just probably more of a scare thing than potentially hitting anything. Zone is pushing in. Tindergold is pushing in as well, and so is Habu and G2. Slim with a nice knock onto Edgecast. Moonwolf with 12 kills and a third place last game. Really good job by them. Sitting in it a bit tighter here. Do have a compound to their favor and do have some vehicles. I really like this compound. 2 mansions and a 3-story. That's a this is just a really good compound. You see some copy of these around the map. You have one, I believe, up here as well. It's kind of copies, but a lot of similarity in the structure of the compound. Just a really good place to sit. Have a lot of ground that you can cover, and just in general, really good position. And look at this. I mean, the way that these guys are split up from Crimson, there's nowhere for House of Nobles to go. At least not right now. Slim still trying to see if he can land some shots. Knows exactly where Ichikaz is in the 3-story. O'Connor needs to do something here as well, but for right now, ooh, bad timing. Reloads with 33 bullets instead of taking the big nice headshot coming in there. So the trade fire is commencing, and Edgecast now. Just I mean, Slim's not might want to rethink those peaks coming into next time. Zone is going to be pushing in. Kind of excited to see where the next zone will take us. If it goes up north, that's kind of what I hope for the most teams. That's the only place you can really go where you have some room to work with. Down south, everything is pretty much locked up already. Actually, it's going to be central. And look at this. You have yellows over here. That's about it. I mean, unless if more teams... I guess Fantasy could cross the road, go to the beach, and get inside Milta. But that's about it for, well, actual good cover in this zone. You do have a lot of the trees, and there's some ditches here and there. But all in all, every single position that you have inside the zone is pretty much taken already. So everything is going to be contestment or playing like really tough edge spots. Stuff making a run for it alongside Minox as they try to get inside the zone. But they're going to be pushed by, at least by Flames. I highly doubt the Move are going to be doing anything too aggressive. You see the are lining up their vehicles already. But no reason for them to push out too aggressively. They heard shots coming in from Minox and Stuff though, and they saw Stuff as well up the hill. Nice little ditch areas with this US. Not sure exactly where he wanted to go with that car though. Just reversing it for like a second and then coming around the corner. Looks like Slim should be able to spot him, and there you go. Stuff gets taken down. And there's no way Minox is going to be able to do this 1v4. They know exactly where he is now, and this is just a matter of time. Could maybe flush one, but nope. Actually gets the knock on, so Slim could jump by him, but gets taken out immediately after. So Team Random finishing off in 13th. Not what they would hope for, but they were caught in a bit of a pickle. They're not really their favorable position. Tentakled, having heard what's going on down the hill, want to see if they can get a bite of the cake. Spotting Hamster. Good shots coming in there. Almost getting the knock onto him. Nope, the ridge is going to be in his favor, and Taylor won't be able to get the angle on him. At least not for now. Jones taking a shot for the car. Or from a car, I guess you should say. So sort of a 2-2 split with Flames down the hill here. They do have some ridges working for them, and but they're forced to make a move though. Slim, they're kind of inside the zone there. I guess they just got a free US. Not that I really know why they would want to push with the car, but I guess they have Andrea still alive, trying to push in. Frost has been knocked. Fantasy is going to be the last remaining person for G2. Just 1 HP there. Really close. Zone is pushing in as well. Looks like Moonwolf actually going to commit to the city. Drops coming in. Rasmik spotting Calvin down the hill. If you have an 8, there you go, Rasmik. This could be a deadly. Bounces there, bounces down, but nope, not gonna take him out in the end. Nate's coming in, return there as well. Rasmik with a good position. Larry actually could be the guy to sort of catch some of the guys here off guard if they do decide to push up aggressively. It looks like they're playing it rather safe, at least for the time being though. Martin around the corner, spots Mikas up the hill. Oh, is he gonna peek aggressively? Rasmik, we know that he wants to, but is he going to? That's the big question. Underhand throw, Nate bouncing down the hill, not gonna go far enough though. And I believe this could be, yeah, Calvin and Martin probably just gonna fall back towards their teammates. They are really close to each other and they kind of spread apart though. Miller with the finish up onto Andrea. So Genside gonna finish in 12th place. New zone is gonna come up. You see, I was just gonna say everything is kind of paused, but at the same time Rasmik goes down. Habu aggressive peaks from yellows up towards Crimson. There are only two guys remaining on their team. You're seeing Solench just sort of clearing the blue. No reason for him to do anything else. Now we have Calvin pushing up over the hillside. Gonna play it aggressive, but will they spot Larry? He's not expecting them at all. Now he spots one, gets Calvin. Low HP though. He's gonna be forced to play it safe. Martin, nice positioning by him. Will be able to push back around the other side. Rasmik got rest. So that was good noise though with the third party knock here. Taylor coming around the corner. Larry's back to full HP. Neil's trying to see if he can do something. He gets the knock onto Martin. Taylor gets knocked as well. So now Miller, the only guy remaining for Tindergold. Ooh, spots Larry, but just exactly gets around the back of the rock there. Rasmik on the top of the hill. Wants to spot one. Gonna be able to finish off Taylor. So Miller all by himself. New zone has been popped. It's gonna favor Milta once again, actually. Did not expect that to happen, but gonna favor Milta. So everybody uphill will be forced to make a run down the hill within the next 20 seconds. And they don't really have time to sort of chase this kill. They just need to make a run for it. Get whatever loot you can from the dead bodies and make a run, because you have not that far to go, but I mean, at least Crimson, they know exactly where they have House of Nobles, so they did the wise thing. Leave the Princess and stack up the compound down here. But the guys down here from the Nobles, they have such a good gatekeep position. The only thing is they're shooting uphill, which makes it harder to spot enemies. Also, there are so many trees. I mean, it's a forest after all. So a lot of trees for cover, but it's going to be really tough for them either way. Larry coming down the hill here, trying to see if he can get through, but he's going to be running straight through. Why are they not shooting? Finally, they start. Oh, Jody shooting your teammate in the back. Nice. What took them so long? Niels gets knocked though. In the meantime, Rasmik trying to make a run for it as well. Will be knocked out of his vehicle. I don't know, were they not expecting cars to come in? It's just as if Jones and Slim, it took a little while before they started shooting. Botsman now, having spotted some of the guys over on the other side here. Miller as well. Oh, last remaining guy. Just revenging. Just saying, you know what? You missed me. You got the other guys, but you forgot about me, and now it's gonna make them pay for it. Milot's in the gold, keeping the dream alive. Got 4 kills already, with 28 players still alive. Lucia, the amount of people down here that have already sort of committed to Milta. It's gonna be really tough for them if the zone pushes other way, like anywhere else. Noise and Hamster, they're already down here in the shack. Slim and Jones will be making their way down there as well. I would assume Milo is kind of pushing down in their direction, so I'm not really sure what their what his plan is. He hears the shots all over now. Must have spotted 2 of the guys there as well. He's gonna be pushing around. Spots 1, spots 2. Is he actually playing this aggressively? Knocks Jones. And there you go, 2 first hits remaining. He's going to be forced to make a run. As soon as this zone connects, it's going to be really tough for him to do anything. Spots 1, trying to see if he can get the flush, but he's going to be down in just a moment with everyone shooting that direction. Actually, the zone is going to push north. There you go, Miller taken out by the zone. So that's going to be Tentacle finishing off 11th place. NBS having probably heard or spotted the guys from Habu over on the other side of the field, or the road, I guess you should say, trying to see if he can do some damage here. Larry, the only remaining guy from his team, winners of last game, no helmet remaining on him, and he's just kind of just playing it safe here. He's inside the, not inside the zone, I guess you should say, but yeah. There's no way he's going to be able to push up to this compound for free. Everyone's going to be making their way in here, and look at the amount of cover. This is like, it's just a little bald spot in the forest. There are trees all over the place, and then you just have this place where the zone is. Huge open field, only so many trees, and that's not going to be enough for all these teams. You do have a team expert in a really smart split. They can pretty much keep their, I mean, people aren't going to be able to get up here. If they only sat in one compound, they could be breached off by smoke, but or cut off by smoke, I should say. But really smart split they've got going. They're covering so much space, and all the teams trying to get inside the zone will have to come through here or go over the hillside here. at which either Habu or Team Expert will be able to take them out. So it's going to be really tough for Moonwolf, Fantasy, and the other. Cash is down here as well, actually. Going to be really tough for anyone trying to make their way in here. The big question is what direction will they be keeping their focus? Jorsky taken down by Jumpaway and Lockwood together, just finishing him off. So Insolento's going to be the only guy. And look at this, he has a Rich, but it's not inside the zone. He's forced to make a move up to this tree. And, at some point he's going to be spotted. Chris with the nades gets knocked onto one, and there you have it. The crossfire. It's it's not going to be easy for these teams. Washout's going to be taken down as well as he gets flashed. Noise gets the knock onto Sunbird, so really smart push by him. They do, and they're not inside the zone yet though. And there you go. Jones gets spotted. They're still playing the top of the hill up here. Flicks a little bit of fire in return. Caracas trying to see if he can do something with the smokes as he gets to rest Rostenmar. But now they're getting pushed from behind, actually. You see the sneaky peeky edge coming around the corner here. And they're just letting them focus elsewhere. Jump away with the finish up on Castle. That's going to be Wind and Rain finishing off in 8th place. And look at this. He's just playing it so slowly. He's going to be outside the zone, or he cannot really afford taking all this damage. Oh my god, this is next level ninja plays. Harry and Edge are just playing it really slow here. Doesn't want to make too much noise. Actually, Rezo gets knocked by Moonwolf here, so they could be, potentially, this could be the move for them. He's so silent. Flicks is not expecting this at all. There you have it. Pushes over the top, gets the knock onto the first one, but it's gonna be too late. They're gonna be able to spot all the guys down the hill. But no, there's just gonna be one kill. Botsman gets both of them as Mug. It tries to do something sneaky, but didn't work for them. Moonwolf taken out. Snag is gonna be the only guy remaining for their team. Zone is kind of frozen right now. Expert has by far the best position down here. It's gonna be their compound and, well, nothing else. Just the hillside and one, not even two. Just this very solo haystack. That's going to be all the cover you're going to get. One or two trees, and then the compound they're sitting in. Moonwolf is going to... What? Oh, yeah. I was just confused there for a second. He got finished off, obviously. Gets knocked, but will be able to get the rest up. So all 4 members of Team Expert stays alive as their crossfire works successfully. And Solenzo, as I was just saying, he had one tree to cover behind. It was just going to be a matter of time before Crimson would take him out, and that's going to happen in the end here as well. Slim, the only remaining player for Copenhagen Flames, it's gonna be tough. Doesn't have a vest. He dropped his backpack. Smart by him. So if he does decide to prone, it's gonna be harder for the enemy teams to see him. But the thing is being, they're sitting inside compounds with 2 stories, so it's not really, you don't really have that grass kind of thing in your way. When you try to spot over a field from a higher position, it's kind of easy actually to spot people in fields like that. Botsman now, they're pushing down Crimson. They're pushing the left side here. Could actually be working really well for them if they decide to do this. Smokes all over the place. Kind of dead giveaway, though. Sane with a knock and the finish up onto Sunbirds. Just 2 people remaining for their team. Kels gets knocked as well. Lockwood making it behind the tree, but he's not inside the zone yet. Will be knocked there in the end also. Playzone gets Botsman. Caracas tries to make a run for it. Not going to happen either. Slim still alive, and he could actually net himself a 2nd place with this, because the guys from Crimson, they're not in the zone yet, and Slim, all he has to do right now is just be quiet. Be quiet, sneak your way forward, but it looks to me like Jumpaway has an idea of what's going on. They're gonna smoke as much as they can, and this is kind of what benefits you with these type of zones. Chris coming over the top here, actually pushing out the compound, leaving their safe cover to go and push aggressive. Slim is gonna be taken down, so it's gonna be, well, pretty much a 1v3 now. Tries to shoot through. Chris gets the re-knock on Kels, and with NBS all by himself, good position. He does the, what do you call it? Smoke, not bug, but like smoke vision thing where you're prone so you can sort of see underneath the smoke what's going on. Tosses some more smokes. Just spraying through there. The smoke vanishes though before the new one gets popped. And there you have it. Team Expert is going to get the win in this game. Really good performance by them. They had a really good position in Multa in the end of the game. Sane with 5 kills. Chris with 5 kills as well. It's going to be 14 kills for Team Expert Crimson. Good 2nd place. Had some good positions. Really nice split up there up in the hills just west of Lumbermill, with 2 guys going for the Two guys going for the tower and two guys going for the compound. Really smart move by them. They netted themselves 8 kills in this endeavor. Flames managed to sneak their way to third place with 6 kills. So overall, good performance by them as well. Havu, second place team from last game, just a fifth place with 1 kill. And I don't even know where do we have Larry and the guys from one. They finished off eighth, so not what they would have hoped for here either. Guys, this is going to be the second game. For the next 2 games, we're going to be taking it over to Miramar. So it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be the last 2 games on Miramar when we get back. My name is Tobias, the name is Toby Wienblad, and I've had the pleasure of casting Erangel, and in just a few we're gonna be doing Miramar. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Here we go, guys. Back and ready to bring you game number 3 in just a short while. For those of you guys just tuning in, my name is Tobias. The name is Toby, and I've got the pleasure of bringing you these ESU Invite League matches here today. We just saw the guys from Team Expert win their second game, last game of Erangel for today, and now we'll, as I just mentioned, make their way over to the Sandy Dunes here. Again, only 14 teams, so a lot of cities up for grabs. I've seen 5 teams loot Los Leones and not even have to fight each other, so I'm assuming we'll have a pretty calm, I guess you could say, pretty calm start to the game. But of course, it's the first round of Miramar. I mean, everything can happen. Miramar still, I mean, people say it's not a new map because it's been in the game since, well, early access test server. When was that? October, I think. So it's been in the game for a long time. It just has not been played competitively for that long. Plane 1 of 2 is going to be coming straight over Copraria and go down towards Puerto Paraíso. So pretty much, well, you have to leave the plane now and go up north if you want to go military base, which I believe it's Crimson would like to do that. Other than that, everything is pretty much up for grabs. I have never seen endgame on these two islands. Could be fun to see, but of course, who am I to say? I'm just a caster that's trying to guess what's going on. For those of you guys who don't know what's going on, I mean, you can always just jump onto esuleague.com. All the info is there. The scoreboard. I'll glad to show it to you guys between games, but the scoreboard is there. Everything is there. A lot of teams actually making their way over towards St. Martin. Market, Tindergold, and Team Expert looks like they're going to be continuing on. Miller as well, now gaining some speed in his parachute. I cannot go and what do you call it? Spectate the guys in the parachutes. So it's kind of tricky. Flames making their way down south. So is Wind and Rain though, so they could be running into each other at some point. Maybe not soon, but in the near future. NBS making his way away as Larry comes out to the road. It's going to be too late though. Crimson should be able to make their way over east. Two teams have decided to go El Poso though. It's going to be Genside and Silento and the guys from Havu could be running into each other at some point. But again, these cities, I mean, they might not look as big, that big on the map because the map is just that much bigger. But for those of you guys who don't know, just to get a scale on things, Los Leones, you can fit, I believe this to be true, if you include the stall areas down here, the hangars, you can fit Georgia Pole in Los Leones. The city is that big. You just don't really see it because of the map being the same sort of squared size as the Erangel map, but it's that really big. Holy moly, are we gonna go west or what? This is actually kind of interesting. It's kind of the same as you saw last game, except there's no water, but instead of water, you have this entire hillside or mountainside here, I guess you should say, because you cannot access it. This is the wall, what do you call it? Up in the north, Game of Thrones style. There's no way for you to run up like over these. You can probably get up on some of the hills here in the bottom, but you cannot get up on top of here. So this is a big portion of the circle actually being non-available, including of course what's outside of the map. So gonna be fun to see how people are gonna transition in. What I could expect is this compound down here. You don't really have the best of vision, but it's just so central that teams that are coming over the top side here, teams that are coming over the bottom, they will be spotted by the guys down around this area. So I mean, also the thing with Miramar that you gotta understand is once you go off-road in a vehicle, you're off-road. Like you're not just it's not just sandy flat plains. Yeah, like you have on Erangel. It's really off-road. Like everything is like this, up and down and left and right. And teams, I mean, they cannot risk going low speed in these sort of hilly areas because then they will obviously be taken down by people holding rotations and gatekeeping. So they're kind of forced to stick to the roads or the dirt paths that have. But you can see dirt paths coming through here that aren't on the map. But kind of forced to stick to the roads, whether it being asphalt or dirt here. So it's pretty easy for teams to gatekeep, especially with this kind of zone, because you only have so many access points, right? You can run over the fields down here maybe, but if you have a team sitting down by Monte Nuevo, Nobody's gonna run their cars over the top side of the hill here. Nobody's gonna run out in the open here. They could potentially do so, but with one or two, like with a good split between 4 players, they could pretty much hold off everything. You see VLAN and the guys from G2, they're already sort of doing their split. I mean, they did, we know that they like to drop power grid, so it's pretty common thing for them to have one guy going down south. But he could set himself up if Raiko comes down here and helps him out. They can pretty much gatekeep, I believe, like at least 2 or 3 teams coming into this zone. Same thing could Mugget, I guess, depending on whether Mugget or Taylor and the guys are going to be the first movers here. You see official Bjorn, the scout for Team Random, just making his way in his car towards. Well, probably I could see him going down towards the compound down here. Also, there you have the not a hole, but I guess the this space up in the hill up here. It's pretty easy to push up to because, well, they're so steep, so it's hard to look down. But once you have the control up here, if you have some scopes with you, you can pretty much hold all angles. So you could have 2 guys looking out far or in the open, and then have one guy just sitting up here and sort of making sure that nobody's pushing you from behind. It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be really tough for teams that come in late to get good positions, because I think it's kind of the same with last zone. As I said, I think a lot of teams could be just waiting to sort of gatekeep people. Not a lot of access points and not a lot of opportunities for late rotators to get in the zone. And also, a lot of the teams they have really far. Look at this, Wick and the guys from In the Rain. They have so far to go. Same thing for Crimson. They have so far to go to come into the zone. So if they want to get in here and a team sits and locks down this area of the map, it's gonna be tough for them to do anything. Bjorn now has been spotted. Fortunately for him, did get to swap his car out with a bike, but he's gonna be running from one team straight over, I guess, towards Lockwood. Nope. Towards another. Botsman, though, not quite fast enough to get out of the vehicle. Will be letting him get away into safety, at least for now. LFO, actually, he's gonna be going up towards Longo. We have seen the guys from Team Random play this specific area that the Longo is in right now before, and he's gonna be coming out to the road. Could be stopping. Nope, he's gonna continue on. Shots are gonna be fired. Oh, nice headshot coming in there from Longo. So Bjorn is gonna be the first guy to be taken out in this game. Not what he would have hoped for, but of course, I mean, he did rotate pretty much through over half the, not half the circle, but you know what I mean. I mean, he was bound to be shot at some point, and unfortunately for him, Longo landed managed to land a really nice headshot that took him out. Crater Fields. I don't think I've ever been there in a game, but it's up there. You can go there. It's literally what it says. It's a field in a crater. So you're gonna be seen from all these ridges, and it's hard for you to do anything unless, of course, if you have the zone going in there. It's kind of like Alamo. You have a good position if you're just sitting tight in there with the zones up top of you, but if you don't get the zone and you have to get out, it's gonna be really tough for you to go anywhere. D2 going for the split here that we're just talking about, they're gonna be able to sit and gatekeep everything. Just with the toll system, it's kind of like, if you guys know anything about the toll system, Danish invention, by the way, have one guy sit over in Sweden with a cannon and one guy sit in Denmark with a cannon, and just they can shoot halfway. And if you guys want to swim or sail through here, gotta have to pay. Not really the case right now, though. But that was just a quick Toby's history lesson for you guys. The toll is a Danish invention, and well, the way they forced it is that if you don't pay toll, we'll blow up your ship. Sunbird and House of Noble. Just chilling up the top of the hill here. It's a really good spot as well. You have a lot of ridges, and you also kind of have a little, not a crater, but you know what I mean. Sort of a flat top up here where you can hold a lot of angles, but it's a really wide top, though, so as many good angles you can hold, as easy is it to be pushed up from behind if you don't have anyone sitting in that direction. You can see Botsman is kind of looking out over the field, but they could easily come down this way and push them. But fortunately, Caracas is playing the backside, so should be able to keep them clear, at least for the time being. Also, because I highly doubt anyone's gonna come pushing from that direction. Market has made their way up to the exact point that, oh my god, I'm so good at calling this. Up to the exact point that I was just talking about. Team Expert making their way through Crater Fields, I believe. Oh no, maybe they're gonna go further the other direction. Actually, it's gonna be Larry. Good, just spots them silhouetting on top there. Could potentially land some shots. But they swaps over to the 4x, but that's not gonna help a lot. Oh, and not even gonna see a backflip. That's disappointing. Either way, they'll be able to get into safety at least. I mean, the info has been given. Yep, you see, Raz is already oh, that's because he's looting. Never mind. I was just thinking the info has been given from his teammates that he's coming up the road. Raz should not be looting right now. He should be out on the road waiting for them, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing now. Shots going to be fired. Oh, only one, two of them connecting, though it's not going to be enough. They will be able to get away. Had he been faster, he could probably have netted himself a better position down by the side of the road to potentially land more of those bullets, but not going to happen in the end. Flames, Wind and Rain, Moonwolf, and Crimson, the last moving teams to make their way towards the zone. Kind of seeing Tindergold just sitting out here wanting to gatekeep people, but I mean they probably forgot there were only 14 teams on here, so it's kind of difficult to gatekeep teams when there's only so many remaining. Also because they came kind of late to their position, so I mean both Mugget and what's the other team? I don't know. But at least Market, they made their way through there. And Team Expert, I guess, did technically do that as well. So they could have spotted them if they came there faster, but nope, didn't happen. And now they're not really able to do anything about that. Crimson still looting. Not really in a hurry. Probably will be. I mean, you know how they added, it's kind of a while back, but they added the whole thing that the further away you are from the zone, the more it's gonna hurt. So, not with the first one, but whenever that connection starts closing in. So if they don't start making away soon, it could cost them some meds that they would probably want to have to their disposal coming into the later stages of the game. Genside's sticking to their 5-story compound here. No real reason for them to go anywhere, at least not for the time being. They are very centered, and odds are that the next zone will, well, at least include some parts of El Pozo, so no real reason for them to go out any direction. There are some. I hope we don't get to see it, but for those of you guys who don't know, there's a bug in this part of the map. In El Pozo, you can see here, everything is flying. You can run underneath here, and I don't even know what I'm telling you guys, because now I'm just going to be running into way more opponents that are going to be doing this. But you can run from here, you can run underneath here, and if you look at it from the other side, you cannot see people. But if you sit in here, you can shoot people, which is really dumb. But that's a thing. I hope nobody will exploit it today, but if we do get an end game up here, you could see a team just sitting underneath there, not be able to be seen or shot at. You cannot shoot that way, but you can shoot the other way. Really, really, really sad. But yeah, it's a thing. Slim has connected with Hamster, just needing Noise and Player Jones to come up there and join in. Should be able to go up there in it's at some point soon. Not really too contested, depending on what direction they're going, because they are going left side of the road here, Wind and Rain. If they're sitting down here just sort of gatekeeping things, there could be problems for the guys from Copenhagen Flames, but at least for the time being, they should be in the clear. Next zone will be popped real soon. We'll see where we get to go. And it's gonna be El Pozo, at least part of it, and once again favoring this wall here, so it's actually only like 1/3 of the zone is still kind of out of reach. You do have Montenegro, majority of that city is in here, and El Pozo as well, but as we know, a lot of teams, very few teams, I guess you should say, like to play the urban areas coming into the later stages of the game. So most likely teams will be playing around the ridges, playing it safe, and you see a lot of teams already doing their rotations. Flames kind of in a good position up here, actually, just sitting here holding it tight. Market has been spotted. As far as I know, they don't have any vehicles with them, so they're kind of in a rough spot because they are forced to make a run for it. And now you have G2 pushing up towards Sunbird and the guys from House of Nobles. We know exactly, or they know exactly, where to expect them, and you hear them taking vehicles. Now they do not want to fight this! Veland gets a good spot on some Flakes, not really managing to land the shots needed though. And looks like they will be able to get away. Veland, ooh, takes out the car. Doesn't manage to land the first one. Second one is a miss as well. Third time's a charm, but nope, not for Veland. Looks like they will be able to make their way into safety as they drive down through Montenegro. Botsman actually miles outside the zone. Not really sure what he's going for. Probably just wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to be gatekept by anyone and sort of clearing the perimeter here, but not going to happen. Migas is going to be knocked as the guys from Genside push up over the hill straight into Team 1. with all these guys fighting, I don't think they're aware of the fact that there's a team right behind them. Why building's not rendering? Thank you, game. You do have the guys from Team Expert, the winners of last game, right down behind them. It's raining in. Mikas is going to be finished off by Vic with one of those, I guess you should say. I mean, they all kind of have some good positions, except for the fact that Genocide has really cleared their back. Habu could easily make their way up here. Chris and Azrael just going to be playing it safe. No real reason for them to do anything overly aggressive. Slim spotting one down the hill there. That's going to be dynamic, not going to be doing anything too aggressive to push him or take him down though. Crimson finally making their way towards the zone. Milo and the guys from Tentacle, they've been on a huge rotation coming down from way down south over the top, and their entry points. I mean, it's a wiser move though, because they know that this entire east side is going to be pushed, considering that all the teams had to move from the east side into the zone. So going way up north and entering the new circle from up here is actually a really smart play on their behalf. Raz is knocked, and this is going to be the question, is this going to be what forces Genocide to push? They know they already have one kill. They got in one more knock. Andrea's already pushing across, but probably not expecting the guys from Team Expert there. Sane knocked his teammate. Not what you want to do with the vehicle, but I guess that happens. Andrea now pushing up here. Tries to see if he can get some vision onto what's going on. Oh, that's gonna be a dangerous nade, and that could very well be Raz make down for it. There you have it. He's gonna be finished off. Spotting the next building. Wise playing on his part, not doing anything overly aggressive, just going like building to building, clearing out one place at the time. Looks like Niels actually has spotted the guys from Team Expert down here. Now Andrea's pushing up. Fortunately for them, there are no windows on this side of the building, so they can't really hold that angle. It's really actually kind of an unfortunate position. Niels could be taken out if the nades goes through. Nope, not gonna happen though. Larry trying to spot. Oh, that's not Larry. I was gonna say that's a weird angle. But there you go. Tries to spot Vic through the building here. Not happening right now though. A lot of fire coming in. Actually, it's gonna be Chris. Just sort of third party in this whole thing. Edgetorp gets knocked there. Should be able to get the rest onto him though. Is this gonna be a rogue push or is it gonna be? Nope, they're not pushing it. They don't want to. Just playing it safe, at least for the time being. And these buildings are so tough to push. At least, especially with the sort of split that they're doing right now. No real reason for Genocide to push up there either. The only issue right now, I mean, Kylang has a good backside position, but he's going to get overrun by the guys from Hamu if you don't react to that real quick. And that's going to be their entire backside completely exposed if he gets taken down. So it's going to be extremely tough for Genocide to be there. Oh, fortunate for him that that flashbang went over the top there. Actually, this is really working in the favor of I'm Larry and the guys around. The fact that they can stall them and force Kylang. I mean, you see here's everything here. Habu gets the knock onto one. It's going to be Andrea down. Finished off there, actually. So now they know that they're forced to make a move inside the building. Edgedorf will be pushing in. But that's going to be really tough for them, too, because there are two guys up on the top floor. Flames, in the meantime, getting completely surrounded down here. Not going to be easy for them. They did get one knock onto the guys from Wind and Rain, I believe it was. Maybe actually a finish onto one of them. But all their cover is smokes and ridges right now. Not really what you would have hoped for. Kylang spots one, but gets taken down in the end. Tixu almost down there as well. We'll be finishing him off. So Genocide down to just two people, and they're just taking the bottom floor of this compound. Not really a whole lot more for them to do. So it's going to be pushing in. It's going to favor the north part. I'm sorry I didn't show you guys earlier, but it's going to favor the northern part of this of the former circle here. Do have one person down, so the fact that Genocide didn't commit to their push and kind of just stalled it out and allowed for Hamu to push around the corner, and now Genocide is down to just one player. Dudu uncut, making his way over the top. Blade is gonna be knocked. Longo has been knocked as well. Dynamic up the top of the hill. Ooh, taking a lot of fire, but we'll be able to stay alive, at least for the time being. Why am I flying around like this? Dudu coming over the top. Has to cancel the rest. Nice headshot coming from Dynamic. Ooh, gets Minox as well! That's a triple kill for Dynamic. Holy moly, single-handedly taking out Team Random and will be able to get all the reses up as well. That's a great performance by them. In the meantime, Team Expert taking out the entirety of Flames. Jones is annoyed that is going to be the only guy on his feet. And there you have it. He's going to be finished off. So Rezu taking out Flames. And Dynamic taking out the guys from Team Random. What a performance on their part. Holy moly. Great one-man jobs on the... I guess you can't really call them one-man performance, just because they got the kills. Probably a lot of damage coming in from the teammates as well. Wacko is going to be running into a 4-man stack angle, or peak, I guess, 3-man stack with the Yorski being knocked. Nice push up the hill here. Not sure if they're expecting this. Just kind of saying, you know what, wall smoke, who cares? I'm going to peek you guys. Peeks one. Oh, I don't really mind with the flush. It's going to be the last guy, and boop, there you go. Head falls off, and that's 4 kills for G2. And now we have Moonwolf pushing up towards Dynamic. Can he do this one more time? He just saved his entire... What? How did he see him? I don't know, but he did. And he got the kill in the end. Adje and Market down to just 2 players. New zone is going to favor Miller and Martin, actually. Just, why am I not allowed to look at the way I want? Thank you. We just got, actually this compound is probably a compound that no one's ever been to, just because of the size of the map and the position of it. But it's gonna be in the center of things, and once again, mountain is gonna be a factor. So you cannot, I mean, look at this side, it's just open. It's way open. If the end game goes over here, it's gonna be horrible. This is like a reverse water circle. You cannot go here for cover, it's just nothing. There's nothing here. If the end game goes up here, it would be the worst thing in the world, because all the teams had to use their smokes to push to where they are now. So most likely none of them have smokes remaining, and yep, there's no cover there. So you gotta trust your aim and your ability to take down the enemy team before they take down you, if it should come to end game out in that position. But at least for now, I mean, Taylor and Calvin, yep, they're making their way over there now as well. They should be making their way over towards Miller and Martin. They want to sit in that compound. That's probably the best position they could have. Chris almost knocked, actually gets knocked by Washout there. Good peek. Unfortunate that he's just down inside that ridge there. But Chris taken out by Washout there. In the end, O'Connell and the guys from Moonwolf looking at this as an opportunity to push across. And it's going to happen as well. Larry taken down. So Niels is going to be the only guy remaining for Team 1. Or just one. O'Connell coming over the top. Risu shooting in the opposite direction. He's gonna be both hurt and spotted. Gonna be knocked there by O'Connell. But they do not know where Sane is. Nice flank he's got going right now. Has the M4 out. You know that's a deadly weapon, but the flanker gets flanked. Did not spot the last guy, and Washout is gonna net himself the final kill there. Not exactly sure where Butsman and the guys are planning on going, but they're in for a tough one. In the meantime, they get a freebie right here in the open. And this is what I'm saying. There's no cover here. Sunbird taken down as well. And Flex and, yeah, Flex is all by himself up here. Also, just cast for cover. Takes out the wheels. You need to take out the front wheels though, not the back wheels. And that just killed him in the end there. Moonwolf making their way inside the zone. Niels will be forced to do so as well. Crimson hasn't really joined a fight yet, but are now making their way towards the fight. Kals immediately though knocked down SG to push the opposite side of the hill here. Kals will be finished off as well. Ooh, nice shot coming from Wheel, and unfortunately just over the top of the head of MBS. Nice shot again. Just a body shot. I actually expected that to be a headshot, but not exactly sure what Niels is planning on doing here. He's gonna run back outside the zone. Could you maybe find a vehicle up here somewhere? Does have a car. No. And... oh, this is just pest or cholera. Are you gonna go for the 3-wheeled car, or are you gonna go for the 3-seater? I mean, he doesn't want to fly around, so might as well just take the car. Cass, still alive, has been sitting inside this compound for quite a while now, but he will be forced to push out on the other side into the open. Does have a vehicle, but not sure if he want to... I mean, he probably doesn't want to have teams know of his position, so cannot really take the vehicle. But again, cannot really go elsewhere either, because again, this is just open. Niels takes the car, makes a run for it, is inside the zone, could run for the shack, takes a lot of damage as the car hits the shack, but ooh, at least for the time being, he's dead. No mind. Calvin and DeMillo and the guys from Tentacle favored the zone once more. So committing to a compound, and that pays off in the end here, as they are the only team inside the zone with hard cover, with the exception of that little shack that that Niels just died down by. Calvin with the M24 gets the knock onto one. Miller with the knock onto jump away. There you have it. Jump away should be finished off there. Try to see if you can spot some more. Lockwood is taking down MBS though up there with the rest. Cal's just in the edge of the zone. Not really a favorable position, but you can get yourself some positions, or get you some placement points off of this. I mean, because he knows he's screwed. He's gonna run out, take the. Nope, he's not gonna take the car. I mean, fortunately for his team, the guys, whoever it is that's shooting at this car, cannot hit, so that's something. But as soon as he gets in the car, if he does decide to do so, the guys from Crimson will be there to take him out. They're gonna have. I guess this ridge kind of works in their favor, but they're nowhere near the zones. They're forced to make a move up. This tree is going to be the first cover they're going to get. They are downhill, but the thing is they're shooting downhill as well. If I could tag or locate the right guy. They're going to be shooting down the hill as well there. So, going to be really tough for him. MBS has been spotted and knocked. Actually, is that going to be... I was just going to say, was that last guy from Wind and Rain down that did that? But it looks like it was, but we'll be able to... Is he actually going for the res? What are you doing, Lockwood? Oh, it moves rather slow, so I guess he does have time, but run. That's all I have to say. Forced to make a run, and now instead, I guess he could technically. Yeah, they just have to make it way down the hill. NBS is gonna stop to heal. Wise move on his part, but they're gonna be spotted, and there you go. NBS knocked once more. Lockwood has to swerve left, has to swerve right, do everything he can, and there you go. Finished off in fourth place. So Crimson coming in fourth. 3 teams remaining. Next zone could very well determine the winner of this one, because we kind of have a top side, bottom side. Who gets the zone in their favor could probably end up winning this game. Everybody kind of just playing it safe right now. No reason to peek. With that being said, Veland gets the knock onto O'Connell. Not really sure why he was peeking in that direction. So despite none of them really knowing where the zone is going to push, they are playing somewhat aggressive. Snack with the vehicle. Oh, don't want to run over your teammate. He is inside the next, or at least for this zone. So should be able to get the res onto him. No helmet though. Oh, he does have a helmet actually. Remaining. Oh, look at this. Calvin and the guys from Tentacle, somebody up in PUBG heaven is just looking down at you saying, you know what? We'll give you 5 zones in a row. This is going to be so hard for other teams, because if you look at this side, they could push down. I mean, there is a bit of a ridge here, which is just exactly not inside the zone, I guess, actually. But all the way down here, there will be easy targets for Calvin and Miller, who are looking in that direction. I kind of like the split that they've got going. 2 people on each side. Taylor and Martin looking south, and Miller and Calvin looking north. Miller actually just pushing up here. Smart move on his part. Pushing up here to make sure that nobody's going to be able to use this position to their advantage. Also, over here, there is a bit of a ridge. You do have the rock here, but I mean, it's so... You could get there, but I mean, getting there is the hard part. If you're down there, it might be okay, but how the hell are they gonna get down there with all these teams shooting at them? O'Connell now making a run for it. Trying to see if he can get into safety. Martin spotting him, and there you have it. Will be knocked out by him. Actually, I think he took some damage from falling there as well, or from the vehicle as he jumped off of it. So Martin gets the finish up onto an Edgecast though with a knock onto Frost. He's going down fast, and the zone is pushing in, so there's no way in hell they're going to be able to get this res going. Or is there now? Am I bad at calling things again? Oh, just exactly gets inside. Fantasy might want to get inside as well, though. So Frost, no vest, no helmet. Just his natural self. Has to play it safe as he comes towards the zone here. Moonwolf making their way, I guess you should say, down the hill, down to just 2 players. Still got 4 guys. No, that's just what. That's Washout way up on the other side, pushing this all by himself. Martin there to help out. Actually, Frost, the only guy remaining on the team. That's not gonna happen. Frost, run, run, run. So really smart play on his part as Washout will be able to get the 2 kills onto G2. Frost though, not inside the zone. And I don't even see how he's going to be able to do this either. Nope, Miller will be able to get the finish. No, actually it's going to be Martin with the kill onto him. So Tentacle, just 5 kills, everything considered. They've just been able to sit here for so long. We do have Edgecost inside the zone, and like, yeah, technically Snake is inside the zone as well. If they're forced to push down south from the last zone, in some weird way this could potentially happen. And it's kind of fortunate for Snake right now they don't have windows in this side of the building, but these nades that are being tossed, I mean, they're gonna figure out the direction at some point, I would assume. Ooh, nice nade coming in there. Milo actually flanking way out on the other side. Big question is, will Snack be able to spot this? Martin must have heard people around him at this point. Spots one, gets taken down. Now it's just going to be a question of time before Edgecost gets taken down as well. Miller is healing. Calvin is just going to be sprinting through here like there's no tomorrow. Just making his way around there. Spots him and nope, gets taken down actually. Doesn't manage to get the finish off, but there you have it. Taylor comes around the corner with the finish off in the end. So that's going to be the match over and done. Miller and the guys from Tindergold favored the zone. Not gonna lie, that was pretty favorable for them. But finishing off in first place either way. Good job on their part. 7 kills to their team. Moonwolf, again, we saw them in third place. I believe it was first game with 12 kills. And here he goes second place with 14. So despite not winning, they're getting a ton and ton and ton of yeah, just a lot of kill points. I guess that's what I was trying to say here, guys. We will take a short break, and then I'll be ready with the final game of today in just a few moments. So stay tuned, and we'll bring you game number 4 in just a few. Here we go, guys. We are back and just about ready to bring you game number four. Everyone is here now, so we'll just do the countdown. A two and a one and live. So there we go. Game should be live in just a few. For those of you guys who don't know what's going on here, you can see the rules of everything going on, and also here, whoops, here you can see all the teams that are in this tournament. Alliance, unfortunately, alongside Ronin, actually, the first two mentioned teams here, unfortunately not able to make it to the tournament today. So that's why we're only 14 teams. Moonwolf, though, we've seen them frag out quite a bit and have some good endings in top three. Team Expert won a game on last game on Mirror, and G2 been doing quite well as well today. Crimson finishing up a lot of times in top as well. LFO doing good. Team One winning a game. Wind and Rain haven't really been able to come out that strong. Been caught off in some unfortunate rotations and had some bad circle luck as well. Tentacle just won the last game that we just saw. Mugget has as well been caught up in some somewhat unfortunate situations. Team Random, not really there. I mean, and that's the thing. I don't know with. I mean, a lot of teams have their favorable, of course, map, whether it being one or the other. And Team Random just Bjorn was taken out a couple of times as he was scouting for compounds, and then I think they just had a rough time sort of finding their place in zones. But good game nonetheless. Havu as well, really good performances by them as they won, I believe, game number. No, they got second place in game number one. That was so overall some really good teams in here. Copenhagen Flames as well have had a few top finishes as well. Game will be starting in just a few. There we go. Game number four is on the way. For those of you guys just arriving here from elsewhere, I mean, there of course there's a lot of things going on the amazing internet, so you might not have been sitting through for every single game here. My name is Tobias. The name is Toby, and this is the EU Invite League. So all these invited super duper good teams are going to be squaring off against one another over the next couple of weeks, trying to net themselves the um, the top spot in the league here in the end of things. Plane will be coming in now. Last plane we saw was La Coparia over Porto Paraíso. We'll be excited to see where the plane will take us this time around. Crimson we know like to drop up around or go up around military base, and looks like they will have a plane that's well suited for them to do so this time around as well. We saw two teams, I believe it was Tentacled and Mucket, that dropped down in San Martin, and we'll be excited to see if both these teams are going to go down there again. Actually, we see Crimson now. They went military first game, and this time around they say, you know what, might as well adapt. There are only 14 teams on here, and we didn't see anyone go Prison and Minas del Sur last time around, so might as well just go down there. Looks like they will be doing a split, so Cals will be landing up in Valle del Mar, and Jambaway could be going down to Los Hijos, and then we'll have Lockwood and NBS going down towards Prison. Pretty much a pretty smart setup for them. If the end game goes military now, I would feel so bad for Crimson. But I mean, I guess it's all good. It's a risk that you take. T2 with the split that they've done before, Veland will be trying to see if he can find himself a vehicle, and then they'll be going down around here. Mugget once again will probably be going down towards San Martin. We do have actually, it's kind of a fun split we've got going here. Bjorn is making his way down towards there's a level 3 compound, tier 3 building down here in this small compound, and looks like actually both Sane from Team Expert and two of the guys from Copenhagen Flames are going to be landing in Hacienda del Patron. And what do we know about this place? Well, I mean, there's a ton of rifles, and normally 80% of the server lands here, but with this being competitive, that's obviously not the case. Sane though didn't manage to get a whole lot of those weapons, just a crowbar, as he stands still and jumps around. I guess there was an invisible obstruction on the map, but looks to me like he will be able to. I mean, they kind of went for a Hacienda, two-person Hacienda and water treatment split, but with Flames kind of landing down, sandwiching, or just in the middle of the whole thing, they were sort of forced to retreat elsewhere. And now, I mean, Rizzo, he did find a weapon yet in this area, and he could actually get caught out by either Hamster or Slim if he's not careful. I mean, he will be able to loot up this compound down here, but if he doesn't get anything like really good, they do have 2 times AR, but if he doesn't get anything really good, it's gonna be really tough for him. Zone though is gonna go down south, a lot of water, and I mean these edge zones, first it was west side, then it was down here, and then the last game of Erangel we had like super southeastern side as well. So once again, only like half the zone is actually accessible, maybe a bit more than half the zone, but somewhere around there. Los Leones is going to take up, well, a major part of the area, and then everything else here is just huge, annoying hills to work around on. So gatekeeping 101, it's going to be tough for all these northern teams because we only have two teams, well, I guess three with Crimson. But we only really have two teams inside the zone. Moonwolf somehow, I mean, they have all of Las Leones to root for themselves, so they're going to be stacked. And you want to get down here fast. That's what I'm saying. You want to get down here early. Rustan Mars found himself a vehicle. He's going to be coming down towards Las Leones as well to join the other guys from Wind and Rain. I don't know if he AFK dropped or what happened since he's that far away, but he's going to be making his way down there. Gensign and Havu probably have to find their way down south as well at some point. You see they kind of split up west to east, so they're sort of making room for each other, but won't really have time to fight things off as they will be forced to move down south and focus on fights coming into the later stages of the match. But yeah, 14 teams on a map this big. Not really expecting any early fights. Talked about this before. Rotation kills could become a factor, and also late game. I mean, of course, late game kills, but rotation kills early on, and then some like placement, like positioning kills, I guess you should say, fights over the better compounds. But with Lutley, I mean, so few teams like to go for the urban areas in these kind of zones. So if you exclude like all the hangars and Las Leones, you have a lot of areas down here, but getting down there, some of the first teams will probably take the northern ones, and then all the teams that could potentially go for the southern ones, either they have to jump in the water by Puerto Paraíso and sail all the way around, which is going to be dangerous, or they have to go around the South Island down here or South Point here to get in there, and that's exactly where Crimson is going to be waiting for them. So not really sure exactly what their plan would be in this case. First drop off the game, though, will be most likely taken by. Did he not see it? Cows, there's a drop here. I guess he didn't see it. But we'll be here, and it's an AUG tactical slot, not really that useful, but a 3 times helmet as well. Really nifty care package there for the teams, or for the team that do manage to pick it up. I believe jump away. He must have seen it. He must have seen it. He should probably go and pick it up. Wieland sits up here by the church, and this is a really good position. I mean, look at the amount of ground you can cover if you just have a 4 times scope sitting up here. You can look so far, and there's no way you're gonna get pushed from anywhere. So this being just in the edge of the zone is the perfect rotation spot. I mean, of course, you're not gonna be able to sit up here and take out people tossing, like sprinting up the hill by on a bike, but sitting up here for 3 or 4 people just taking rotations out, they could net themselves quite a few kills in doing so. All these teams pretty much only has like 1, 2, maybe 3, 4-ish roads to go down on down south, and they could cross over the fields here if they wanted to get them to get over. But it's gonna be really tough. And now they're just riding way out of the zone here. Not really what they want to spend their time doing. Bjorn landing a lot of nice shots in the direction of Hamster. Actually, Rasmik could have joined in that fight and got himself 2 kills, but he's gonna decide not to. Looks like we lost one guy already. Not sure if that was a DC early on, if that's just me not paying attention to the speed. Ooh, nice shots coming in from Bjorn, but he will lose his helmet in return as his face just became, well, rather wet. Red. Not wet, red. I guess blood is wet, so both. Zone will be moving in about 15 seconds. Slim and Hamster will be able to make their way into safety as well, though. So not a whole lot of danger coming in from them. Guys, you cannot keep running your teammates over. We've talked about this so many times. And Botsman just going. I haven't really seen anybody emote either. That's a big thing in the game now, isn't it? I haven't really seen anyone use those, so could be fun. If you run over your teammate, just be like, "I'm sorry," or whatever those emotes. Can you make like "I'm sorry" emote? I don't even know. I haven't looked at the emotes that much, but I guess that could be a thing. Emotes. No. Anyway, teams are making their way into the zone. Stuff probably gonna be making their way through, I would assume. down towards Los Leones, or maybe they'd actually go all the way down south here. Not sure exactly what their plan is. Taylor and the guys from Londonville could potentially take them off, but ooh, Kels took his bike way inside the compound. That could be useful in the end, but for the time being, he's kind of alone against the entirety of House of Nobles. Not sure if, I mean, I'm not gonna look at this. This could become scary and deadly momentarily. Let's not look too much at that. But either way, Cal's netted himself a compound and for his team to come. They are inside the zone already, so not that much in a hurry. But as I said before, teams will be going for these compounds real soon, and there's not gonna be a whole lot of room to work with. So let's see what's gonna happen. We do have Rasmik actually on foot now, bailing his. I believe he had a car or a vehicle earlier, probably ran out of gas with the map being as big as it is. And both Hamster and Slim are just chasing him. I mean, they're miles outside the zone, and still they're playing cat and mouse. Hamster, though, will most likely spot him. No, actually doesn't see him. He's gonna be able to get over there. There's a car over there as well. The big question is, will he be able to get over to the vehicle without any of the Flames guys spotting him? He does have a Rich working for him right now. Hamster could potentially spot him, but he's running in the other direction, does he not? I mean, it's easy for us to say because we can see everything. But nope, they give up the chase, and there you go. Rasmik will be able to run off in the end. And now Hamster's going, oh, god damn it. We should have had him. He was right there all along. Unfortunate. Niels make his way down to the zone. Expert will be forced to do so as well in just a few moments' time. Guys from LFO. Also, you see everyone's kind of sticking to the same routes here. If Maverick just sits on the road down here, because there's so many riches, he could just sit down the side here, hide, 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 and as soon as he hears the car being nearby, whoop, pop up and take out people, Robin Hood style in the forest. And this is exactly what we see Longo do now. They're just playing right here. They're just playing the road, and I guess, fortunately for Edgedorp, I mean, is he going for the water? Yep, he is. Oh, there's a boat down there. I guess that. That. Wait, what's gonna happen now? Is the boat constantly gonna take damage from this? He's sinking the boat with a bike. That's next level, man. No, but Genside realizing what's going on, so they'll be forced to make a move around the other side here, making a move up north. They'll be able to do so. And NBS and the guys from Crimson will be able to get over to this compound as well. They should be, at least. Looks like, yeah, Bossman should be able to hear what's going on. But question is, will he take the shots? Switching over to the car. Oh, Lockwood, you're driving scarily slow, but he is in the safety behind the building now. So not a lot of danger for him. It looks like Moonwolf has pushed down to the southern side of Las Leones, as they didn't really feel like sitting and gatekeeping too many teams up in the northern part. I guess that kinda makes sense, but I don't really know. I mean, it makes sense that they're playing the southern part because this is, of course, where the majority of teams are going to be. So they will be able to sit down here and hold this area. Also, if you're in the middle of a city, people can be pretty much everywhere, but here they kind of excluding one area from that. Rasmik still not inside the zone. He's been taking fire from so many teams now, and there you go, one wheel out, and he could potentially be running into yet one more team real soon. Is on his feet, no first aids, plenty of bandages though, and will be able to survive for a little while longer. His car though, not so much. Just chilling, enjoying the view. Might as well, if you don't have a vest on and only level 1 helmet. And that's kind of the thing with like the early rotations into the zone. Wind and Rain, they actually looted up in the southern part down here. Somehow though, somehow we have one player here with a level 1 helmet and 0 vest on. That's kind of unfortunate. Zone is gonna favor water, and it's gonna favor, well, the compounds in the southern part of the map. We do have a lot of them as well. They're just sort of spread all over the place, and there's so many riches, so I highly doubt people are actually going to stick to compounds. Look at the amount of rotations coming in already as well. They know that the room, so I mean, there's plenty of room. There's just not a lot of hard cover. You have the riches all over the place, but people are going to want to take those few compounds that there are. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see who gets there first, with everyone seemingly making their way inside there now. Team Expert still not inside the zone. Niels as well is way out of the area. Bladesito taken down by Sunford and Botsman. So that's gonna be the first guy for Longo, or for Longo, for LFO. To be finished off. Sunbird trying to see if he can land some shots, but Longo should be able to get into safety. That being, though, if he doesn't run straight into Vic from Genside. Gonna be able to bounce out of the car. Vic hurt him, obviously. Big question is, will Vic Longo be expecting Vic here? He's just on the other side of the wall. If he vaults over, he's gonna land on his face now. The big thing is, though, Vic is all by himself. Fortunately for him, Vic... No! They just switched places? What are the odds? What are the odds? And now G2 is coming down here as well. Oh, there you go, Fantasy. Flying too far. Vic will be able to get the knock with that nade. And this could be kind of funny, actually, because now they just saw a player from G2 dying down there. So they're probably thinking, oh my god, it's G2 that is here. But when they get, like, if they get the knock and kill onto Longo, that's just gonna, like, wait, what? There are people from LFO here as well? And, yeah, that could be adding some confusion to their, like, expectations of where their opponents are. But Longo somehow managing to, at least for now, get out of this fight alive. It's not going to be for that long, though. Gets spotted by one, gets some good shots onto Vic and Andrea, but now they know where he is, so it's going to be tough for him to stay alive. That is for sure. Andrea cooking the nade. Will be tossed. Then bound to, ooh, actually, nicely. Really nice time nade up there, but, ooh, nice position from Kyling as well as he opened the door, pushed in as the nade exploded. This allowed the opponents to hear him there. Minox coming over the hill here as Team Random pushes down towards 1. Probably heard Larry down the hill there. At least they've heard the bike going off down the hill. But the question is, well, ooh, actually spots Rasmik up the hill there. Bjorn is with him, so they could net themselves a good position. Rasmik has spotted what looks to be a Minox low, so he's going to be making his way in the other direction. Okay, I guess I'm going over to Miller now. But Uncut and Dodo Uncut will be running away from this, so they don't want to contest this. No real reason for them to either. They're playing the edge here. Stuff is kind of isolated, so kind of wise of them to just play it safe dynamic. In the meantime, well, might as well just take a chill underneath this trailer. Flames making their way inside the zone finally. So is, well, Team Expert. They're going to be in here eventually. If they're going to be forced to make a move from here, it's going to be difficult for them to go. But we'll see just what's going to happen in that regard within a few moments as the zone, or the circle is, I shouldn't say zone. I keep doing that. It's red zone, blue zone, and circles. Slim and the guys from Copenhagen Flames. Running. Not really in a hurry. We'll be able to get inside the next, the circle before the next circle pops, that is. But most likely have been spotted by the guys from Team Random, though. Kind of a strange angle that Dodo is playing right now. Not really sure what he... Oh, just looking over the edge here. There you go. Spots one. Kind of smart move. It was Minox that actually got the info there, and Dodo kind of just staying hidden, sort of giving the info. Nice, no water in the next zone. Me like a long time. And I'm now taking the buggy. They have no reason for us to stay here any longer. And the smaller the zone gets, the fewer compounds we get to stay inside. Havu realizing there's no real reason for them to stay as split as they are, because they do have control of this entire area up here. So might as well go 2 and 2 closer, as it looks like Yorsky will be connecting with either Insolent, so I don't really mind over here. Not sure if playing the outside Hailbell area is smarter than the compound, the buildings, but I guess it works for them, at least for the time being. They do have pretty good control of what's going on. And BS tries to see if he can land some shots over towards the guys from Market as they come in towards the zone. And in the meantime, we have one member of Winter Rangers. I mean, he's been going from one chill location to another, and I guess that's all he has to do, because Rustin and the other guys, they're kind of far off, actually. Not really sure where he's planning on going, at least not for the time being. He's sort of just Sort of just chilling. Could spot people down the road and will spot them as well, but there's no way he's gonna be shooting at them. O'Connell, though, not so much. Trying to see if he can land some shots down towards the guys from Team Random. Not really gonna happen, though, as they make their way into safety. Genocide, though, having spotted Mucket. Rory's gonna be the first person to go down here. Minox gets taken down by Rasmik as well, as we can see in the kill feed, but that's somewhere else that's happening over here. So the guys from Team Random and oh, nice 360 by Kyling there. There's style points. We like that. Oh, Asriel and the I cannot even see who it is from Team Expert trying to make their way into safety. Is it going to happen? No, at least for the time being. But yeah, it should. I say that all the time. I gotta stop doing that. They will be able to get to safety for now. Here we have official Bjorn. Minox was taken out earlier, so there's just 2 guys remaining. They're gonna get pushed out on by the guys from Tindergold. The entire team of Tindergold just down in the next like bottom half compound down here. Stuff is kind of isolated. He was closer than them, but as they took their cars and went over here, there was no way for them to pick stuff up on the way there. So he's just gonna be, well, he's just gonna be chilling with his head inside a wheel, while the rest of the team is gonna be playing it safe. Washout is all by himself, already taking out 2 players from Flames. He's trying to hold off this entire compound all by himself, gets the 2 flushes there. So, and now he's gonna be pushed, gets Slim as well. He's gonna get the 4K. Spots Hamster, gets him as well. Washout, he just washed out Copenhagen Flames. And I guess that goes to confirm, guys, that water is super effective against fire. Boom. Pokemon reference right there. Wash out, you know what I mean? Yeah, either way. Wow. 1v4 washout, taking out the entirety of Copenhagen Flames as they pushed up here. And I believe he's a pretty hype man in this chat right now. In the meantime, though, could this happen as well? Uncut and Bjorn, the only 2 guys to, well, pretty much prevent the entirety of Team 1 to come in here. Larry has been knocked. Bjorn is reloading. So that's not going to be a good time by him. Uncut taken down there as well. Didn't even get the finish up onto Larry, actually. So it's going to be tough for them. Stuff, though, fortunately for them, still alive. Will be able to make his way into safety. At least, I mean, he's well inside the zone, so there's no reason for them. He could probably find somewhere to lay low, at least for the next 1 or 2 zones. Inside, making their way across here. Ticks though, and the guys from Habo has spotted them, so at least that's 1 compound now that they know that they cannot go to. They do have the ridge here, just in the edge of the zone, but Wind and Rain, Rostenmar in the lead, will be running kind of in their direction. Not really sure exactly if that's what's going on. Nope, looks like Genside Extra will be committed to their vehicle. Nope, they're not gonna take them. Ooh, I like what they're doing here, parking the cars. I don't know, is this on purpose? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, they're just walling here. Oh, that makes sense. I was just gonna say, I kind of like that they're parking them with their backs up the hill and not up a hill, so you can gain speed faster if you just decide to run out. But that wasn't the purpose. They wanted to make a wall. Oh, Vic with the VSS. Not exactly the best weapon in the universe, but I mean, some people like it, and it's super stealthy, so I guess it has its benefits. But in the end, not really gonna work. Nate's not at all thrown far enough, so Vic smoking himself off. Gonna be trying to see if he can do something to stay alive here. Wind and Rain, though, in the meantime, knowing exactly where they have the guys from Genside, are trying to push up over the top of the hill here. The only issue being Habo could kind of third-party this fight if they wanted to, as Cass is sort of, what do you call it, silhouetting. And there you have it, taken out by Tixo. So as they thought they had a good opportunity and good advantage position, they were the ones to be fooled in the end. Adji, in the meantime, pushing up straight between Crimson and oh no, bad place to fall off your bike. Adji and Rory. Oh, that's a nice sound bug. Astral getting the finish off onto both. So Chris with the knocks, Astral with the finishes there. Not a whole lot more for them to do. Ooh, nice shots coming in from Chris. Oh, from jump away onto Chris, I guess I should say. spots Chris. Does have the car though, so one shot to the face could be a potential knock. And ooh, there you have it. Good body shot coming in from him on towards Taylor. Stuff just chilling inside the center of the zone. No reason for him to contest anything. The guys coming up the hill here though are gonna be the guys from Team Expert as they're trying to push up towards Taylor and the guys from Tentacle. Crimson trying to see if they can land some shots. With everything happening, I mean, Martin and the guys, they're gonna get taken out. They're taken out, I guess I should say. The guys from Team Expert now. Resu. Oh, did he get spotted there? He didn't. Martin didn't see him. He was jumping around. I would assume that he looked down here, but actually Risu somehow not spotted by Martin. This is really unfortunate because he cannot look further up when he's on his stomach like this. So it's gonna be really tough for Risu. He's kind of forced to prone here so the guys don't see him through the windows. But also could be the death of him if he stays positioned like this. Kaz all by himself now. Whoop, I cannot. What is going on with my mouse? And Silenzo getting the vision onto Edge Door will be able to take him out. So Andrea and Kyling still in the same position as before will be forced to make quite a rotation as a new zone has been popped. Stuff still inside, so couldn't net his team some position points. Dynamic as well has been solo for a long time now, and I'm not exactly sure what his plan is here. Moonwolf taking some shots over towards the guys in D2 as they try to make their way to safety. They do have quite a hill to run down though. Wacko taking a lot of fire and will be taken down by Washout there as well. 5 kills already for the guys from Moonwolf. 4 of them, of course, coming in for Washout. Riso still alive somehow. I mean, these guys, they didn't find him, and now they're just abandoning it. Fortunate for Riso, that could technically net his team some more points, but we'll have to see what's going to happen with the new zones coming in here. 10 seconds till the zone moves. So the change here, I mean, I guess the most I'm trying to look for the word, but I don't know. The most changing, like the most informational thing you can say about competitive settings as compared to the normal ones is that there are shorter time between the zones close, but the zone speed, like you see how slow they close. Whereas so normally if you play on regular servers, you have to just sprint all the way because you're gonna get outrun by the zone so fast. So that's pretty much the main difference is that the zones may close faster, like there's a shorter time between them, but the actual closing speed is a lot slower. That's kind of the you can use that as a go-to thing if you don't really know what competitive zones mean. Watch out, he's still on the kill hunt though. There he goes. Next gonna be the one to get the second one, but that's gonna be G2 finishing off 11th place. Caracas, he's forced to make a move here. Wants to get up the hill. Sunbird is already up there, but the guys from spot the head here. Sunbird missing a lot of shots, needs to hit those, but unfortunately not able to take out Martin from Cindergold as his head was just over the top of the hill there. Larry trying to spot the guys from Crimson down the hill, so everybody's kind of making their way inside the zone. Dynamic as well. Just pretty much has the entire top side to himself, so he's pretty much in the safe. NPS, ooh, taken out there by Larry. Good positioning by him. Just exactly spots his head as he turned around to heal. Andrea and the remaining guys from Genside now making a run for it as well. Habu has kind of had their eye on them for a time, or for a long time, I guess you should say. But they're forced. I mean, they are kind of inside the zone already. Ooh, nice headshot coming in from Edgecast, and that could technically net them a little room to work with. Edgecast and the guys from Moonwolf already 8 kills. We talked about them being a kill-heavy team. They've had 2 10+ kill games and they're already at 8 kills with 22 players remaining. This is a really good performance by them. New zone kind of favoring Larry and the guys from Team 1 down here. At least Moonwolf, they're forced to make a run for it. Larry's still inside the building. You can see the area here. There's a huge sort of dip in the middle of everything where teams can go down, but there's so much cover in ridges and hills and trees. So it's you're not always in the better position just because you have the compound. Of course, for the most part, you actually have some hard cover, but yeah, you could just as easy find yourself in a good spot with rich than hard cover here in the late game. because people are going to be looking for the compounds. I mean, expecting there's a guy right there. They don't always know exactly what compound or what bridge other people are sitting behind. Kel's taking some fire from Raz. Unfortunately for him, not really able to land a lot of those shots. And Solenzo pushing down here, but taking fire from Team 1, kind of helping out Genside here as they're just proning in the smokes down the hill here by the tractors. Or van, I guess you should say. Taylor and the guys from Tentacle playing it safe up top. Just trying to see if they can net themselves some information as to where the enemies are. Taylor spotting one there actually will be forced to run back towards his teammates. As the zone is going to, yep, it's starting to push in now. As I said before, it's pushing in slow. Kels with a good knock onto one. Runs out of ammo, will have to reload. And Taylor and Martin, they're just trapped up there. It's gonna be so tough for them to go anywhere. Rasming is over on the other side. Crimson's down here. They have themselves a really good position, so they're only really visible from one side. Stuff though has been up by this rock for so long now, just hiding there as best as he can, trying to see if he's able to he just wants to lay low. But it's only going to be a matter of time before people are going to spot him as they have the higher ground. It's pretty much no matter where they push from. And Solenzo Nate's coming in towards Moonwolf as they're forced to make a move as well. Snack trying to see if he can spot people up the hill. Ooh, nice Nate, but not going to take him out. Kyling is going to be finished off by the zone there. I don't really mind taking some fire. But Snack is not able to land the shots. Just swerving with the right, left, and right. Ooh, nice shot coming in there though. Just to sort of say, Toby, shut up. I know how to aim. Wash out once again. He's been sort of flanking around for his team a lot in both last game and this game as well. He hears the shots being fired. Now he will get spotted as well. Forced to prone here. Is still outside the zone, so he needs to make a move. Dynamic in the meantime, having been solo for such a long time, forced up on his feet now as his zone is starting to push too fast for him to snake his way forward. Doesn't shoot! Dynamic, you're a beast! How can you not shoot? Spots one more! He's just part of Moonwolf now! He's just running right behind them! What? There you go, gets the first one. O'Connell is going to be so confused, and there you have it. Spots him through the smoke. That's the thing when you have the blue on the backside. You can kind of see the edges of players there, and that kind of helped him there in the end. But I was just going to say, wow, the heck, how did that happen? So only hard cover in the next zone is going to be this little shack down here alongside a, well, tilted tractor. Still got the thing going up here with House of Nobles and Tentacle. They've sort of been squaring off against one another. At least they know where each other are, and they've been fighting that off for a while, but not sure how much longer they can do this. Chicans with a double knock onto the guys from ooh, this nade could be money! Nope, not far enough. And there you have it. Two guys down. I don't really mind though. Still alive. Big question is for how long though. We have three guys knocked, and there you have it. It's gonna be the last remaining guys from Moonwolf. O'Connell, I guess O'Connell, he's still alive. What am I saying? Full level 3. No reds on him, so that's a very fortunate position. We do have, yep, there you go. Stuff was taken down as well, so I believe that his team ran up, finish off in 7th place. Good job by him, everything considered. I mean, they fell off early, so getting a 7th place in a 14-team server is a pretty good job by them. Larry spotting one, gets the finish up onto Miller as well, so that's gonna be Tentacle out of this one in 6th place. Neil's making a run for it, wanted to get down to the ditch here, but did not get there in time. Larry is all by himself. There's no way he's gonna be able to get the help going there. And now House of Noble, 6 kills already, getting the kill up onto, I don't really mind. So Habu finished off in 5th place. Do still have O'Connell down by the tree, and there you go. Actually spots Flake, such a nice shot by him. 12 kills from Moonwolf. They have not got any wins, but they sure as hell have gotten themselves a lot of kills. 4 teams remaining. Niels is going to be taken down by Caracas. Lockwood and Kels, they've just been sitting down here for so long now. Imagine if the car just came down. Whee! There, yeah. I'm just torn. Okay. Kels gets spotted. Spots to both of them up their hill though as well. Ooh, nice position for Sunbird. Gets the finish off on the knockoff, I guess you should say, onto Kels. Won't be able to get him down in the end there though. Nate's coming in the direction. How did that nade not take him out? He is able to get back inside. Caracas somehow not finished off there with the nade. Lockwood tossing all that he could in their direction. Zone is actually favoring O'Connell. These guys are on each their side. O'Connell could just sit up here behind this rock, wait for them. I mean, I guess favorably he should push down behind the thing down here. The thing being a tractor. Caracas, there's no way he's gonna get out of here. Larry is doing what he can to not partake in anything. He's just chilling. Kels and Lockwood, though, they know exactly where he is. Unfortunately for them, they've run out of nades, so they're kind of forced to make a run for it as well. They know exactly where he is. They do not know where Moonwolf is, though. He spots both of them. Doesn't take the shot. Such a sneaky play. There you go. Now has the info on both. Could he just toss one nade? Oh, now he gets spotted back behind the rock. Yep, exactly. Wise move on his part. Could have taken the double kill there early on, but decided not to. Did he spot Larry over there behind the tree? Not sure if he did. Might have. Yep, spots the weapon back there at least. That's unfortunate for Larry. Larry gets the kill onto Lockwood, so it's going to be 1v1v1. There you go, 1v1. Larry, though, forced to make a run here. Doesn't seem to have any smokes. O'Connell gets the kill onto Kels, and he comes around the corner. So O'Connell, 13 kills for his team. He knows where Larry is. Spots him there behind the tree once again. Level 3 helmet for him. Level 3 for Larry as well, but Larry does not have a vest on. He's forced to make a move out from the tree. Smoke is tossed. He's going to be outside the zone. He needs to move now. He needs to move up through the smoke. Watching the edges of the smoke here, trying to see if you can spot him. Holds the right side of the rock. Moonwolf, 13 kills. They've been doing so well, so they haven't really been able to clinch themselves any wins, but been doing so good though. Ooh, O'Connor's actually outside the zone. He's tanking a lot of damage from this zone. Forced to make his way down to the tractor. Larry knows exactly where he is though. Smoke is only gonna last for so long. Spots him on the left side, on the right side as well. And there you have it, O'Connell with the win for Moonwolf to finish off the day. Holy moly, 14 kills and a win for Moonwolf. This will by far push them up and onward inside inside the leaderboards here, or on the leaderboards. I guess you should say. What an end game for those. Larry and the guys from Team 1, they won the first game of the day, and they netted themselves a second place here with 9 kills as well. So really good job by them. Crimson as well have had some good last end game finishes. Third place for them, only 4 kills, but good jobs by them nonetheless. Sunbird and the guys from House of Noble had a little rougher time today, but found themselves 7 kills and a 4th place here as well. Habu, 4th kills as well as Insolence, who netted them 3. And in my opinion, I mean, O'Connell. No, that's not O'Connell. Washout. 1v4 against Copenhagen Flames. And they were taken out in 14th. Market, unfortunately. Losing guy, probably disconnected. But 1v4, that was just utterly insane performance by him, and fortunately for his team, ended up with the win and all those skills here in the end. So guys, that is going to be it for me from today. I hope you guys had a good time. I for sure did have a good time. I've for sure had a good time casting it, so I hope you guys had an enjoyable time watching as well. For those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Tobias, the name is Toby. I've had the pleasure of casting the ESU Invite League. And with that being said, I think we'll shout it out with the intro and say thank you so much for tuning in and have a lovely, lovely weekend. So thank you guys for watching and have a great day.